time for laughter. We have the guys to fill a buster, even though one of them is a jar of mustard. Thank God it's Tuesday. We take a look at comedians, and Charles used to be one. We have a lot to say about comedy. Can you believe Gray is a jar of mustard? And then there's Lapsed. What does he do? And why is here? Thank God it's Tuesday.
Oh yeah, it's not Tuesday, but it feels like a Tuesday on a Friday. Hey everybody, welcome to TGIT on a Friday. It's a very special Friday. We wanted to give you by popular demand what the people are demanding that we watch, and that is this Matt Rife holiday crowd work special, which it's so special, isn't it, fellas? But yeah, so we'll get into that based off of what Charles's audience requested that he sees, and what Laps just brought to us that we must absolutely watch. So, who are we to argue with this? No one. It seems like everything is pushing us towards this. But yeah, I'm Gray. Welcome to the show. To my right, we have, the professional comedian amongst us. We have Charles joining us from his channel, Willis Greedia, YouTube at Willis Greedia. How's it going, Charles?
If I just wait another 4 days, I can have the calendar be a completely dry 2025. But thanks to this special that I endured, I have this little airplane-sized bear lease that I'm going to put into my coffee and just ruin the idea of being alcohol-free for 2025. That's what this man did to me. I hope you're all happy.
I've watched it twice. The second time booze was required. I'm enjoying a lovely White Russian now, and it's helping cope with this. What can I say? It's taking off the sting. I enjoy it. But good on you, man. I don't know if I've got a full calendar year without drinking. At some point,
it's medication and things like that have intervened, so don't give me too much credit.
Well, fair enough. But now is the time for you to give credit, sir. So the audience gets to know you, and again, by kind of popular request, they want to know a little bit more about your feelings towards comedy. So, Charles, I'm going to ask you to blindly rank, without knowing what's coming next,
Oh no.
the following types of comedy. So, all you have to do, just a simple 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst, blindly rank these types of comedy.
This
The
is like
first
the-
one.
Whoa. Hold.
Okay. What is this?
Hold on for a
answer?
second. Let me get my footing. So this is like the TikTok thing where a thing comes up and
It's maybe the thing. Who knows?
5 is the lowest, 1 is the highest.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. So I'm ready. Go ahead.
All right, Charles. Blindly rank, without knowing what's coming next, the following types of comedy. Number 1, crowd work. Where do you put
5.
that? 1 through 5.
5.
5, the worst
5.
type of comedy ever. Okay, musical comedy.
4.
4. And with that, we're counting like the acapella type comedy. We're also talking like keyboards, guitars,
Paint
anything
myself
like
into
that.
a corner here.
Still a 4? Okay. What about character comedy? Like the Sarah Squirms thing might be part of that.
3.
Or 3. Okay. What about wordplay? Where would you put wordplay comedy?
Like punny comedy?
Yeah, puns could be part of it. Entendres, double or single.
So Stephen Wright could be considered.
Yeah. I mean, could be. I think you'd go a little bit more like Gallagher when he's not doing the sledge-o-matic. It's kind of more wordplay.
If I put this at 2 and then you have like puppets, and that'll be my number 1, I will hate life.
I want to have puppets on the list.
I'll say 2.
2. Okay. Leaving 1, your favorite type of comedy. Insult comedy. That actually doesn't seem so bad. I mean, Are you a fan of insult comedy? I think nowadays it gets more of the roast label, but
Yeah.
hey, it's all the rage.
Thanks to you, I've been watching it. Actually, not well. Thanks to your suggestion and the algorithm just taking things and running with it, I've been taking in a lot more Kill Tony, and both my wife and I have evolved our emotions over this week or so. I still don't understand it, but I have a certain appreciation for it. And all the content that I've been suggested, there are a few too many like Kill Tony fans, like maniacs, like people who do content talking about who the worst guest was and like all this other shit.
I wish Muppetry was number one.
I'm just saying,
Maybe.
maybe there's a couple episodes that we have planned. We've talked about them in the past. Would we fit into this category?
Is there
Only
a
time
different
will
one
tell.
for Laps though? Is there 5 new categories?
Yes.
Yeah. All right,
Oh,
well,
it's going to be a
find out.
completely different category for Laps.
Take it away,
But
Laps.
yes, I have a lapse in judgment where I didn't introduce our best, our foremost panelist, the owner of the channel, the host of Last Panel. It is Lapsed Comic Fan, the last comic being introduced or something. But sir, how was your Christmas, Lapsed?
Our Christmas was fine. Christmas was fine.
Okay.
It was a good
Oh,
time.
good times. Well, I'm glad we were finally able to get together. This was supposed to be a pre-Christmas super festive show, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, both Charles and I failed to get all festive for you. So I'm sorry, man. Thank you for still waving that banner for
Listen,
all.
we're regifting this. This is I don't know, was it White Elephant where you give a gift that you already got? And what is that shit where
Yeah.
you like give a gift to someone else? Like the Matt Rife experience, the fact that we're giving this to you after Christmas, like is an extra
It's a
present in
gift to all.
itself.
Hey, it's Boxing Day, man. It still counts. But Lapsed, sir, I know you're a fan of comedy, and we've gotten a few comments asking us to go a little bit further into our likes and dislikes of comedy. So I thought, why not have you rank blindly without knowing who's coming next?
Okay.
Some legendary comedians.
I'll come
Hey,
next.
what do you say, Lapsed? You want to blindly rank some legendary comedians for me?
Yes.
Ooh, why couldn't I get that?
Okay. You might. Who knows?
Oh,
The night is young.
Right.
But okay, Lapsed. First comedian. Blindly rank him 1 through 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
Okay.
Gallagher.
Hmm.
Sledge-o-matic, wordplay. You know, he
I'm-
fits in two
I-
different things.
Okay, I'll say 4 because there might be someone
4.
worse. I'm not a Gallagher fan.
Okay.
Just say that. And I have seen full Gallagher tapes. I have seen them. So I do know like he does other stuff besides the Sledge-o-matic, and that's usually like the last 30 minutes of the show. While he's setting
Yeah.
up everything is when he's telling the jokes. So okay.
I'm a fan of his work. Okay, comedian number 2, Bobcat Goldthwait. You know, Zed from Police Academy movies. He opened for Nirvana.
I just remember him in One Crazy Summer as with his nocturnal twin brother, the Stork Twins.
So there
I
you
say
go, 1
this.
through 5.
Way better movie guy than a stand-up, in my opinion.
But he had the voice, man.
He
the
did have the
voice.
voice. Oh, fuck, man.
gimmicky.
5.
Uh-oh,
5. Ooh.
painted.
Okay, Carrot Top. Where are you going to put Carrot Top, man?
6.
Scott Thompson?
Why are you giving me such shit?
I didn't think I was giving you shit. It's your choice. So where does Carrot Top rank for you? 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Okay. The Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay. Where does he cometh in your
2.
list? 2.
2.
Okay.
I'm not a
And
Dice
then
fan.
your number 1, Joe Rogan.
Fuck! This is the worst list of all
They're
time.
legendary comedians, Laps. Come on.
This is you did this on purpose.
Yeah. Someone did.
See, he did. He admits it.
Ooh,
Damn it.
there's no winning with that list.
There could have been.
Yeah.
You gave me one legendary comedian.
I love me some Bobcat Goldthwait, man. His movies are awesome. What can I say? And his stand-up's pretty fun. He's got a fire truck joke that made me chuckle quite a bit.
Now I will say this: if I were to know them first, it would be Dice number 1, Bobcat Goldthwait number 2, Gallagher number 3, Joe Rogan 4, and Carrot Top 5.
I'd actually swap Rogan and Carrot Top. I think
Well,
Carrot Top has a few jokes
Both
that he's
drop
written. in the book.
comedians.
Okay, there's the one Rogan special. I don't know if it's his like third or fourth one where he's in the red shirt, where I did laugh at the Fear Factor's jokes that he told. I thought those were funny.
I'll have to see it.
But the rest, I'm with you, Charles, on the rest of them. I think they suck. I don't like. I don't even. It's like I don't even chuckle whenever I watch them. I'm kind of just watching them with a straight face, going, "I'm never gonna get this time back. It's never coming back. It's never coming back."
Yeah, he's a great podcast host.
Yes.
He's a great dude for the art of comedy, the things that he's done as far as setting up camp in Austin and creating this whole other location for people to flock to.
Right.
He's quite an enthusiast for comedy, the whole Carlos Mencia thing. Awesome. But I don't know if I would put him on any Mount Rushmore for performers.
Right. He's definitely a champion of comedy.
Yes.
But not a champion of being a comedian.
Right. Yeah,
I agree. I 100% agree with you on that. I do.
He's not on the team. He is a good manager for the team, or I don't know. Guy who drives a bus.
Well, it's been an interesting few days. So a ton of specials have kind of dropped over the last few days.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but there's a Chappelle one. There was a Tom Segura one. Jimmy Carr just released a YouTube crowdwork special. And then from what I hear, Gervais is dropping one like on New Year's Eve. So,
yes. His is on New Year's Eve.
It's been kind of a stacked one. And then, there was a couple of other ones that I kind of found really amazing. So it's a huge time for comedy, as it were.
Adam, I'm sorry. Can you highlight Adam's? So Adam says 1 George Carlin, 2 Robin Williams, 3 Richard Pryor, 4 Bill Burr, 5 Dennis Leary. Yeah, your personal list.
I would go with his list over Lapsed. That's all I'm saying.
You mean out of the stuff you gave?
I'm just saying his legends. They speak to me a little bit more.
I didn't get to pick the legends. You picked. You're all over. You know what? I give up. My list sucks.
But that is a future one that we'll have to do. So kind of think about it. But either Supreme Court or Mount Rushmore of comedians. I think we could come to some awesome decisions on that.
Only ones I'd take me off there. Maybe they wouldn't be on my list, but I still think they're funny. Like I like Carlin, I like Pryor. I think Burr's funny. I don't get Robin Williams. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And that's
it's awesome.
But here's the thing. I've literally been in a room. Remember when he did his last special? It was like on HBO or something like that in like 2003, 4, 5, something like that.
In New York City?
Might have been. He had like a black button-up shirt on. He was sweating like he always does.
You're gonna have to narrow that down.
So I was in a room with like 2009. Okay, Adam got. Adam said 2009. I was watching it. I'm watching all these people laugh. I'm in a room of like 12 people, and I'm like this. So it's just something I don't get. Now, I'm not saying that, I can understand why people like him. He's an endearing person. Like, I love his.
Can you name a better genie?
No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
as far as genies go.
That's the other thing. I think the dude does really well with comedy material movies where he can ad lib and add his flair to that character.
Yeah, he's like a great ace of spades if you're having a dramatic role, but you need some sort of comedic flair. Like he's, that ace in the hole if you need some sort of like Patch Adams thing.
Right. I just don't get the stand up. And I'm not saying like it's bad. It's just something that I just never got. I just never got it. So
he's charismatic, but his
100%. Yes, charismatic.
Material is a little bought. Allegedly.
But that's the thing. Like he has the reputation of he would make it right though if he supposedly stole it. So hell yeah. I like that more than like a Mencia type. But
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And yes, he has on multiple sweaters all the time. or did. But yeah, have you guys got any comedy in the last few days? Last week or so since we've done the last show?
Lapsed.
I watched Dave Chappelle's two closer bit.
Unstoppable.
I watched that. I actually wanted to ask you, Greg, because I figured we'd wait for the. What did you think of the second bit? The second closer bit?
I mean, I think it's, I don't know if I'd call it a second closer bit.
Well,
He
remember he said
did.
he closed it two different ways.
No.
So that's,
I didn't think it was as strong as the second one, but man, does it kind of tie a bow on everything for me.
It does
So
tie a
I
bow
dig
on
it.
everything at the end. 100% for sure. I agree. And
I dig it, but I'm kind of a simp for him.
what did you go ahead?
If he's not on my Mount Rushmore, he is damn close. He is at least on my Supreme Court of Comedy. I love me some Chappelle.
So
While this,
what did you
I don't think it's his strongest, but man, it touched on so many things of today. Some of his seem like they're kind of more timeless specials. I don't think this is going to be one of those, but I still loved it, man.
That's what I was actually going to say. I think for me, it was my least favorite out of his, just because it is going to be so time sensitive. It is just because, like, I was going to ask you, what did you think about him talking about the Saudi comedy thing?
I loved it. I've wanted to get into that.
I thought it was funny as fuck. I thought that was funny
out of-
as fuck the way he approached it. I thought it was.
Same. And then he was able to justify the things that everybody is kind of talking about. Like there was one quote that everyone kind of picked up and kind of ran with. And I wanted to talk about that on so many different shows that I've been on, and everyone kind of was like, nah, let's not. But man, I have opinions on this whole Riyadh Comedy Festival, and I think people are blowing it way out of proportion. But maybe that's just me being a simp for comedy. I think we established I'm a chuckle bunny. I enjoy, the comedy and
Which
all.
shows did you bring this proposition to? Because I feel offended. 'Cause I don't think I was offered any
Thinkers,
sort of.
and there was a couple other ones. I kept trying to bring it up on MSK, and he would not go into that.
Oh.
There was a couple other things, but
You want
I
to talk about
kept getting
actual
shut down.
things?
Yeah, there's that.
MSK doesn't want to talk about actual topics. He probably couldn't turn that into like some sort of, checklist of joke that he likes to his brand of humor, if you will. But I
And
watched
it's
the
kind of
Dave
a dead
Chappelle
topic
one,
now.
for sure.
But if we want to get into that Riyadh thing, I got some thoughts on it at some point. But sorry, you were saying the Dave Chappelle thing.
I think it would be something fun to talk about. But I watched the Dave Chappelle one. I was forcefully told I had to watch Matt Rife, so there was
There were
was that.
threats.
There were threats on my life. And what else did I watch? I watched an old one. Oh, I watched the Relentless Bill Hicks, because
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, good
because-
comedy.
yeah. Well,
Go figure.
so me and my wife will on Christmas Eve, like after I'm done hanging out with my mother and watching Christmas stuff, we always like watch a comedy special. And so she had
nice.
she'd heard it before, like her knows we talked about. I showed it to her, and she liked it. So that was a lot of fun. We got to laugh together. So I did do that. I am gonna watch Tom Segura's and probably the Jimmy Carr
Nice.
ones. So I've definitely watched those.
Charles, did you happen to watch it? I know you caught a little bit of Kill Tony.
I'm
Anything else?
a little bit deeper into the lore. I don't know. I might want to touch base with you as far as recurring people and people who are. I fell into this rabbit hole of like clickbait content, algorithm shit.
Oh no.
Where it was like top 5, comedy guests, not the people that did a minute, but the people that were on the panel. And like Whitney Cummings is one of the worst apparently, and someone else that got into it with asked the guy with is he have CP? Cerebral palsy?
I believe so.
He asked him if he could
His
drive.
name Martin Phillips.
Yeah, so he asked him if he could drive, and apparently he was offended. And then the ginger like got into it with him in that same night. And I'll be honest, I think these people that make these videos defending Kill Tony, like they expect anyone who gets to be on the show to have a full, complete understanding of like the card and what people's characters are. Where, you know, if they're a guest, shouldn't the people on the, you know, who are performing be aware that they too belong there? It's just I'm being shoved a bunch of different content that is of a very specific angle that they're going with.
But
Because
the
like
question, Charles, sorry to interrupt you.
no,
Question. Do you think what's his name? The guy that we argued about? The guy, the
Redhead?
bearded,
William Montgomery?
Big
Do
Red-
you think he is funny?
Big Red Machine? Hey, this is an upcoming episode. I know neither of you feel that right now, and I've got this uphill battle, but
Well, I'm just saying
William Montgomery is
you've watched more,
amazing.
so-
You just don't get it. You will get it. I'm going to give you a William
I know.
Montgomery specific
I'm
episode, but
I'm not smart enough to get him. So
you just
I'm
don't
not
get
saying
it,
that.
man.
I'm saying he hasn't wormed his way into your heart yet, but he will.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's one thing that I saw someone says, "Oh, I really dig this guy." That's great. You know, his act is different than whoever he is. This is why I don't care what people say about my stand-up, because that's not me, or it is me, but like it's a, you know, artistic creation or whatever.
Right.
His material, you really need to be at like that Kill Tony, like rowdy type of thing there. It's a very niche audience where,
Just wait till we see what it's like when he's not in front of that audience.
yeah, if
It
he's
is an
in like
upcoming
a
episode.
coffee house or something, I can't see that working. That is so risk reward that set.
Well,
I
he
I'm
does
gonna
have
go-
prepared material.
Your cup of coffee, and some dude's reading off a piece of paper. I took a giant shit today.
But I think he would work in front of a rock show where, you know, like they're not there to see the comedian, but man, is he an abrasive comedian. He could get in your face. He could make you try and pay attention. Where, again, like one of those coffee house type comedians,
You,
not going to do well opening for, you know, any given band, any rock band.
you need to fit into like a groove there, because if the crowd isn't into it, it's going to be a long night.
It is the worst. Yeah, I watched a clown just get decimated before a band. Like it was weird. But
What shows are you going to? By the way,
don't worry
awesome
about
shirt, Gray. Awesome shirt. Love the shirt.
oh, thank you. I figured, you know, White Russians might as well abide. It is that time of season. But Charles, it looks like Sean has given us a most generous super chat saying, "Who is your favorite comedy actor or actress?"
Cheers,
Which is
Sean.
indeed quite a big, a wide spectrum, if you will.
Yeah.
Who do you find the funniest out of anyone in the world? Go. Just kidding. Yeah.
if you have
need
one,
a
go
minute
ahead.
to think.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, if you need a minute to think, I've seen a ton of specials over this last week. Bobby Hoffman got her Wake Up special released on Netflix not too long ago. That was awesome. I somehow watched Brendan Schaub's You'd Be Surprised because of Lapsed, and he was saying, "No, you guys watch that first or that second one. It's not Gringo Poppy. This is when he had material." And I was surprised because he had some punchlines. It is way different than what I'd
I just
expected.
I didn't remember it, and like when we were talking about it and I went and got it, I was like, how? Like everything about that dude is so backwards. It's so backwards. Like there was actual jokes. Now they weren't funny at all
And
to me.
they might not have been his.
but
Headed
they,
to
that's
fuck,
true
too.
too. But they were actual jokes. It seemed more like a comedy show than what the fuck that thing was.
True. And there was like an opening and a closing, and there was, you know, like somebody actually bringing him up on stage. There was a little bit of a sketch before that, which, you know, none of that was in Gringo Poppy. The
I like how you try to
follow-up
throw
special.
shade at me too.
Always, constantly. But yeah, Kumail Nanjiani had a interesting Night Thoughts special that I think was Hulu. And then I watched Red Richardson. He had a YouTube one. Dave Chappelle's Unstoppable. Greg Simon had a This Isn't Good was the name of his special. That was kind of interesting. Tom Segura released Teacher, I think like 2 days ago. And then I swear there was one. Oh yeah, Isaac Butterfield also had a YouTube special that released in the last couple days. So yeah, man, it's helped me decompress from dealing with family. Yay, comedy. But Charles, I spent some time. Who do you think your favorite comedic actor is?
I
Would you go
believe it or
Robin Williams as well?
no, I think it would be Ben Stiller. Believe it or not.
Stiller.
Okay.
Stiller.
Yeah, as an
Huh.
actor and as a director, like I can't think of anything like Cable Guy is slept on. Granted, he's not really in that like at all. Like he's the twins on trial in Cable Guy. Tropic Thunder, I think, could be the funniest thing of the 21st century. And
Hmm.
that was, not explicitly because of him. Robert Downey
Oh.
Jr. stole that show. Bob,
Indeed. Robert Downey Jr. is way up there. Yeah, there's so many actors that can kind of take on that comedic bit as well. Last, what would be your favorite comedic actor?
Before I get to that,
Or
Bob
actress.
Loves Movies says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Just dropping by to say that I hope you had a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year." Hey, Bob. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope your family, everything was great for you on this awesome
Indeed.
holiday. Me, Jeremy put up a good one in the chat. John Candy, which is he's up there for me. It's probably Eddie Murphy or John Candy for me. And even with the stupid Eddie Murphy movies, like I always found something funny with them. Like, because my kids grew up during the time where he was like, how Ice Cube was like gangster rapping, and then he was like lunch packing, for in movies for kids and stuff. He was like that dad, and that's kind of what Eddie Murphy turned into. With they kind of did the Nutty Professor and like those type of things. Even though
those movies in the 90s were strong. In the 2000s, it was like, oh, what are you doing?
Well,
A
that's what I
thousand
mean. Like,
words?
I didn't really care for them as much, but that's when my kids were young. So I did have to watch them. And even if I didn't care for the movie, there was still something, at least I found funny in it, some here or there. Might not have enjoyed the whole experience, but I love Eddie Murphy movies and John Candy for sure. I'm a big John Candy fan. I'm with Gray, like on certain movies where like people are like, oh, I don't like that. Like, who's Harry Crumb? I'm like, I love who's Harry Crumb.
So good.
Like, like I'm with Gray on that one.
I love that one so much. So I love all those guys. I think I'm going to throw a curveball, and I'm going to go with, something that's really, I don't know, left field or something. The gentleman right over my shoulder there, Stavi, baby. Come on, he's in
Bologna or whatever the hell it's called. Begonia?
He's in Begonia, a Yorgos Lanthimos film. He's in his own starring comedy where Let's Start a Cult. I gotta say, Stavi is one of the up and coming guys. He's gonna be a hit. But
Based on
yeah,
two
I don't
roles,
know.
huh?
He's been in like 4 things. He was in another one where he played a passenger on a bus last year. He was the best part of the whole movie. I'm telling you, man. We're at the start of an amazing career. So yeah, I think I'd go Stavros Halkias.
Adam Buskirk has a good one too. Tim Curry. He says Robin Williams for sure, but Tim Curry is underrated for comedy.
I was tossing and
that
turning
is
for that.
100% true. And I Tim Curry will all the funny stuff he has done, but just for the Home Alone 2 dissolve of the Grinch to him is like one of the best things ever. And my son got to see Home Alone 1 and 2 for the first time ever. This
nice.
This
Nice.
past week. So, and he loved them. He loved both of them. And then he did notice because he was like, can we, he saw that there was more, right? And he was like, can we watch Home Alone 3? And I was like, well, it's not good. And he was like, well, I want to, and he was, first thing he said is, who's this kid? I went, exactly. And he goes, where's the other guys?
Hey,
and I was like,
you know what? You're gonna find out where he is at some point today. Just spoiler.
oh,
What?
well,
What?
okay.
But I completely agree, and my wife would agree completely with the Tim Curry thing. I think he might be like her favorite actor. He is a threat to me. But I dig me some Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry's good stuff. And I will say, like, out of all the Home Alone extras past 2, 3 is probably the best. Adam says, Home Alone 3 isn't terrible. I'd say comparatively to 1 and 2, I think it is. But out of like 3, 4, 5, and 6,
Why is there 6?
There were 6 of them?
yeah, there's
I thought
a
it ended
new-
at 3.
No.
Did they
There's
have
4.
like Talk Boys or whatever products for each of them?
Okay, so I can't remember what 4 and 5, but 6 is, it's an English kid, and it was a Disney Plus movie. Might have been Disney Plus this is how stupid it got, as much as you can already think, right? What they do is, in the movie, it's set up that this family, this guy and this girl, they're low on cash, they're gonna lose their house, right? And their friend or someone comes over. I can't remember how exactly it goes, but they think that the little kid steals a doll, and it's this doll that like has this messed up head. It's like an upside down face, kind of like the kid from Family Guy, right? And they find out online that they can sell it. It's like going for like $200,000. Well, they can't go back, so they got to go. They were going to break into the house and get the doll back, right? But it's done in a way that the kid misinterprets, so Home Alone ensues. But the whole time you're like literally feeling bad for these people because they're gonna lose their house, they're gonna lose their Christmas, they're gonna like, you're literally rooting for the people to not like get hurt. It's like, just give him the damn doll, and then when you find out, oh, he didn't take the doll, it was someone else, and you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Lily Forever, Home Alone.
So Adam brings up that 4 and 5 have French Stewart playing Marv. Wait, so the Wet Bandits are throughout all of them? So French Stewart, huge he deserved so much more. I think he's an underestimated actor. He was in some really amazing films that I absolutely love and that nobody has ever heard of.
You spoke for Stavi, so go ahead, take your actor with his 2 roles and just spit upon French Stewart like you did. It's fine. I'm sure he's
Love
not watching.
Stinks is great.
Of all time. Of all time?
Well, I'm just saying, French Stewart was in this amazing movie with it's so good, man.
I like French Stewart. I think he does good as
underappreciated
that character. You know,
Love Stinks was
the one character he plays.
Love Stinks was great, but I'm sorry, man. It's no. Well, nobody's ever heard of this film, but it's great. What can I say? It's got Matthew McConaughey in it. It's got Ben Affleck in it. It's got a very young. Oh God, now I'm blanking on everybody involved in this, but it is such an amazing cast. It is so stacked, but yet nobody has ever heard of it, and they probably shouldn't because it's not a great film. But sorry. I'm blanking on everyone involved in this.
Sold.
Sold.
Give me 5 copies.
Sold. No one should, because it's not good. Hey, that's a good segue into what we actually are reviewing.
No deal. We're not going to actually review anything.
I'm good with that.
So what was your overall thoughts on this? I think the one pushing for this one the most was Lapsed. Why did you insist that we have to watch this?
To be fair, it was chat, and they really like torturing. To be fair,
he hates me so much. He's like, I'm tired of talking to this guy.
I'm just saying. Okay, so I completely blanked on the name of the film that I was looking for. But okay, if I was to tell you that there's this film starring Ben Affleck, Sam Rockwell, French Stewart, let's also go Kristen Bauer, Alyssa Milano, John Rhys Davies, Matthew McConaughey, and let's also throw in, I don't know, Spalding Gray and like a Megan Ward. What would you think about this amazing 1995 film?
I'd think it was a favor to Kevin Smith for 5 seconds.
It wasn't. He would have hated it. It's called Glory Days. It's this like kind of stupid punk movie. I just absolutely love it. NoFX does most of the soundtrack.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome.
1995 Ben Affleck. 1995 Ben Affleck is not something that...
It's 95 Alyssa Milano, too. We're talking like post
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Boobies McClanahan.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a great cast. That's a great cast, though.
It's a stacked cast. I love it more than I should, but man, is it fun. Good times. But sorry, I diverted from the thing. Lapsed. Why do you insist that Charles must watch the Matt Rife Unwrapped holiday
well,
crowd
Gray.
work special.
Well, Gray, since I annoy you so much already, I thought I'd pass it along to Charles. I'm the gift that keeps giving, you know. No, it's man, this was hard to. I want to hear Charles's opinion because I'm pretty sure just by the way I look, you could kind of tell my opinion already. Like I'm whiter than normal tonight, so it's not gonna be looking too good for Mr. Rife. But I don't know. This whole show kind of felt like a plant. I don't know why it felt like that to me, but it didn't feel as natural as like that crowd was there to specifically see Matt Rife. They may have been there for other reasons, but
I think
yeah,
they were paid. Perhaps some of them paid to be there to watch Matt Rife, but
That's
who
weird.
knows?
Not genuine fans then, huh? That's odd.
yeah, I don't know. There was just some parts in it, and I'm sure like Charles probably be able to explain it better because like some of the jokes felt like maybe they were planned. Like he knew,
What?
he knew what
But it's
to
crowd
say.
work. You can't do that. That's not crowd work.
Oh,
That would be a sketch.
well, that's what it felt like to me. That's what it felt like. Charles, I'm going to pass to you because, yeah, I might not be able to explain it as well as you can.
So I wanted my patrons have my sincere reaction as I watch it for the first time. So if you're
Nice.
on the Willis Greedy Patreon, you can watch the special with me, and I promise you, this is the first time I watched it. There's a point after a couple of interactions with the audience where I'm a bit skeptical because you go to a comedy club, if it's just a regular night, there is, granted, it was like this last time I was on stage, so it's been years. Perhaps things are differently now, but people avoid being talked to at comedy shows. People avoid sitting near the front. People get nervous when they're put on the spot, but you don't get that sensation at all from any of the people in the crowd. They're comfortable speaking, which is really abnormal. People have like a death fear of speaking in front of crowds, but every person that was spoken to was really comfortable with having a back and forth and having a microphone on them, even though you don't ever see a microphone, which is, I have more suspicion on that. And like there's a magician that just happens to show up and fully loaded with a card trick.
But he said right after, "I've never met you," right? So clearly, like, there's no.
Oh
way
yeah,
to get
well,
a
you know,
magical
magicians
plan.
never do that. So you know what? You're right. I foolishly thought incorrectly. But yeah, there is a ton of things that I feel suspicious about, and nothing feels squeaky clean. Nothing feels spontaneous. I gathered a 30-second clip where at a certain point I was able to figure out where he was going or in the neighborhood of where he was going, because he was very narrow with certain jokes, very crass, very blue. And I didn't want to say it up front because I'm like, ooh, I don't want to, if I'm wrong, it's going to sound like I'm a racist. But after a certain point, I was like, all right, let me start chiming in on this. And this is me predicting a joke. Lapsed, if you have that clip,
Yep.
This will help. Thank you.
Troop in Phoenix area and take them camping for over a week.
Got to be a pedo joke coming, right? If we're going to lean into stereotypes, no?
Every summer.
Oh, that's awesome. Chris Hansen, will you come out real quick?
Like this is part of the issue where like some of it just writes itself. It doesn't feel very, it doesn't feel max effort to me. Like it's just very shortcutty with the things that he's going to. Yeah. So him saying, Chris Hansen, can you come out? Like that's all you got for that?
What if you just watch Predators as well? You never know. It is kind of timely. his reference there. You're
But,
right. None of this feels like max effort or anything like that. And, you know, I mean, you put it as number 5, I believe, crowd work. Yeah. So, I mean, like, is crowd work ever going to be, max effort? You do kind of lean into stereotypes way more because, it's something quick. It's, oh, you said you're a dentist. Then you got to go into every single one of the stereotypes for that.
Yeah, but like black jokes were the same 35 years ago. Like doing Black Friday's a holiday. Like, dude, like your parents laughed at that shit. Can you make something slightly new? Like, I'm sorry, if it would have worked when I was a kid, like there's no sort of progression with the humor. And there's
enough.
nothing new about the jokes. It's like, it's just, if all right, we're going to do race jokes. There's like a handful of things that you can just, feed right into this stereotype, and none of it really. Well, I guess the modern version of leaning into something like that would be like, oh, a black guy's gonna get shot by cops. Like, tee-hee, isn't that funny how things like that happen? Like what do you? I mean, what is that?
I guess I'm going to be. I'm on camera. I can't switch to my white knight thing. I guess I'm going to kind of white knight Rife a little bit here, in that he has innovated the whole crowd work game. In that, so Laughs was talking previous to this. One of the only things that you'd seen was his red flags crowd work special. Where so I have a little video that we can look at. That I'm kind of Tarantinoing our way through this special in a fun way. But yeah, he kind of reinvented.
Let me know when the fun
crowd
starts.
Work. Oh, it'll right as we're wrapping up. I'm sure you'll have fun. But yeah, so what he did with crowd work is he kind of gets the audience super involved so that they want to come out. So, Charles, as a comedian, how would you kind of tackle social media? Would you want to burn a bunch of your actual material on it, or would you want to kind of get these funny interactions with the crowd, like you see someone with a funny hat, so you kind of zing them on the hat or something like that? Now you're not burning your own material, but you can kind of put this funny interaction. I guess he's saying that that's the way that crowd work kind of started for him. And then he kind of had this thing where he was going into red flags, and then it became the entire audience wanted to bring red flags, and then they would start shouting over his prepared material to give him their red flags so that he would do the crowd work on them. It kind of became this double-edged sword. So then he made this big deal about it. Like, okay, we are doing that crowd work special. Bring your red flags. So you get an enthusiastic crowd, which could be some of what we're seeing in this, where people want to talk, want to join in.
But that's a beast of his own making. Like, if you're going to lead into the social media thing, like, people are coming to see you because they enjoy your TikToks or whatever. So if that's what you're putting out into the world, just you interacting with the crowd, they're going to be of the mentality that, oh, it's a Q&A type thing. So
true. But you're not getting that, like, so what do you do for a living? Like there is like a certain amount of crowd work that feels hack, that like everybody has seen everybody do that. And when you've got multiple comedians on the same bill that are doing the same crowd work, it's like, yes, the person right in front of you has already been asked, what do they do for a living? Like that's already been established. You just weren't in the room for this.
His red flag, though, special felt completely different than this. I didn't feel that
100%.
That one felt as worked, like side jobbed as this one does. This one feels like these people, like this was done beforehand. Like he knew what was going on here. Where I'm not saying all of the red flag one did, but if you, like you said, like he goes out on social media, does this, so fans come there specifically for that. Like they knew, like they took that over, right? So this felt a little bit different to me. At least whenever I watched him, because I didn't know that, like what you just told me, like I had no idea about that, but it makes sense now that I think back in my head, seeing all the YouTube clips or Facebook clips. There was a lot on Facebook. That's where I saw a lot of those clips. That does make sense.
I'm totally not a Rife historian or anything like that. I might have some of the facts wrong. I kind of know his tale from a few interviews that he did, where he kind of explained it.
But that
so
makes
he might
sense,
be bullshitting, saying this is the only reason why I do it. But I'm not sure, because he always says like it's maybe like 10% of his act is the crowd work thing, and I actually saw a dude maybe like a month and a half ago now, Jimmy Carr, when he comes through. I happened to see him at this awesome it's above a club but below a stadium. I don't know what you'd call that, but anyway, it was great. I guess that would be a theater show. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I saw him in the theater thing, and part of it is beforehand, as everyone's coming in and taking their seats, he has on the screen his phone number, and it's, hey, text me any heckles to this. And then he has a set part of his show where he's like, all right, let's read those heckles, and if anybody has one, start heckling me now. It is kind of a way to do crowd work, and I think, Jimmy Carr has his own version of it. And then he was able to just take all of that stuff that he did over this tour and combine that all into this crowd work special that he just released, I think, 2 days ago.
And again,
kind of works to me.
It feels like you can't. Again, I'm just not in touch, so I could be completely wrong. But there's an element of that where you can kind of fudge the numbers. Like if you're giving out your number, and there's this element of the show where it's like you guys said this to me. You can plant that where if you need things to go a certain way.
And I'm positive not all of those texts that he read came from that audience that I was in. I know that he's got a certain amount of those staged, and then he's got a certain amount of comebacks too. Like specifically, he's got one that if you want my comeback, you'll have to scrape it off your mom's teeth. He's said that in multiple specials and stuff, and on multiple different clips. He has a bunch of like preloaded things that are ready to go, but man, is he funny with it. Those preloaded one-liners are just like, perfect, man.
Yeah, Jimmy Carr's funny. Not saying that Matt Rife doesn't have charisma and stuff like that. He does.
He's pretty.
But there you go. It feels like he's more of a draw to obviously women, and even like some of the clips that I see and what he does when he does like impersonations of women and like talks back like a woman, or even like a feminine way he says things. And there's not like, I'm not trying to be shitty with it, but like it sometimes doesn't appeal to when you're like, when you say something like dirty pussy, right? In the same act as you're talking back to women about pots and pans. Right? I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same to me.
Yeah. It's a very good point.
It feels like an intended kind of edginess. So I guess let's get down to the makeup of his actual special. So the second time that I watched it, I decided to also bring like my trusty stopwatch and kind of see what's prepared material, what isn't. So for the first 6 minutes, he has kind of that staring into a snow globe, and then it goes into a couple bits that he's doing where it doesn't seem like an audience is in front of him. And then at about the 6-minute mark, all of a sudden it cuts in and he's in front of a crowd. And then he asks for, does anyone have any stories like this? Can I ask you, this style of crowd work, if you will, did it feel reminiscent of anything to you guys? Okay, so to me, it felt like John Edwards. What the hell was his name? Ghost Whisperer, but
the medium guy.
Yeah, whatever the hell his name was, where he's like,
no, it was John Edwards.
Yeah, like John Edward. Yeah. So it's like I'm getting a. Does anyone know like a Karen over here from this? Oh, maybe it's over here. And it just felt like he was doing that with a bunch of these premises. Like, okay, has anyone ever received a bad gift? Has anyone ever had like a bad time on the holidays?
So fill that in for people who don't know who John Edwards is. He's
crossing over. That's what it was called.
Crossing over. Thank you.
Like a mind reader or whatever. Like
no, he called himself a medium of some kind.
He was a medium, and he would like have a Geraldo type set, and he would be like, I'm getting someone's talking to me that a grandmother just recently passed away from cancer, and so it'd be like, my grandma passed away from cancer, and then he would go into his, this is what this is what I'm getting from them, or whatever.
The thing about those are they would interview the people before they sat down, and there'd be a woman backstage who had a microphone that says, oh yeah, so this person has a grandma, M is the first letter, and like that was part of the allure of him, and people genuinely believed it. And I think it's shitty to play into people who are like, looking into
it's definitely manipulative
healing. So that type of method does feel like it's called a warm read, and
sure,
I do think that there's some shared elements between that and what Rife was doing with, like I said earlier, you watch any sort of things where they do crowd work, and just keep track of how often the person in the audience stutters or stammers, or like just has a trouble saying things like, "Oh, and just keep track of that, and then go watch the Rife crowd work thing again, and realize how utterly confident most, if
Mm.
not all, of the people in the crowd are, and that's just not the way things happen. People
sure.
there with their parents, and all four of them are just like, "He, we're going to talk, and we're comfortable." And there's a point where, like, Matt Rife is done with him, but then he keeps talking, and then the father keeps talking, and it's like, I don't know people who would be that comfortable like that. So it feels plant-ish. It feels like the room could be papered, which is paid for, or provided
Yeah.
free tickets. They could be relatives of Netflix employees. The diversity of the
Could also
crowd is
be
very
extreme fans too, who perhaps you're right. There could be a bunch of it, but he constantly gets bombarded with a bunch of different red flags or any other type of crowd work
agree
that
with
he's
that.
looking to do.
I agree. I totally know what you're talking about, Gray. But if you look at this, and I agree with you, because I do know that is a thing. The one of my bosses, her name's Adrian. She loves Matt Rife. Like I hear stuff, but those crowds from his other shows compared to this crowd literally looked like Netflix executive checkbox list of
Sure.
things of people. It's what it looked like. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. Like I have no problem. I personally, that for me doesn't ruin anything.
Yeah.
Of having a diverse crowd, that just gives you more ample
No,
opportunity
it just makes
to,
it suspicious.
But
It doesn't seem
right.
authentic.
Okay.
I-
Right.
If you watch Dane Cook at his peak, you wouldn't see anyone in the crowd that looks anything older than 30. And there's some sort of familiarity or similarity
saying
here.
Matt
Matt-
Rife has mass appeal. I hear.
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
what I'm saying. I'm saying, people of
Mhm.
all ages, all sizes, all genders and races all love Matt Rife, which is interesting.
The only guy that I thought like had a little bit of trouble was the one guy that was like, "What's your Christmas traditions?" He's like, "My family comes over."
Yeah. That was
What?
yeah.
And then it got
that
into
was
some weird
so-
territories, but
also
yeah,
an
that was a
easy
little bit-
joke.
Yeah.
We all come at the same time.
Yeah.
Very fast on that.
So there are like 3 bits that were kind of planned out that he kind of breaks this up by. So you got the first 6 minutes, which are not crowd work, and then from 6 minutes until 20 minutes, it's crowd work, and then he has a little bit about, and it has an act out. It's about a gift that he gave to his grandfather, and then he brought it for a little bit of prop work to do his bit for a while. That seems to break it up. I'm not sure if that is where it is, or if he just kind of recorded like 3 or 4 bits that he could then break up the special and kind of put those in. Because if you notice, when he's doing like the act outs and stuff, it doesn't show the crowd at the same time. It's not showing people reacting to him doing this stuff. It just kind of makes me wonder. But then he's able to segue that into what's a good or bad gift that you got. Has anybody ever received a good or bad gift? And it feels like that's a weak way to do crowd work. Like you're essentially sourcing all your material from, hey, did anything good or bad ever happen? Come on, talk about it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, I wouldn't trust an audience to be, the most descriptive and to the point. And they
Yeah,
were.
and-
So
Do you think like to our point of it, like Charles said, being papered and stuff, do you think that's a possibility because like of the reaction that they're wanting for it to be funny and get the reaction, the desired reaction of the joke hitting? Because if it doesn't, just say you recorded for 3 days and people were just normal people telling you shitty, stupid things that you really can't riff off of. Because every single thing was riffed very, very fastly, and he already knew what he was going to say. You could tell. Like
He
as it
is
was
pretty
happening.
quick.
I'm not
I
saying
do want to
he's
give him
not.
that.
Not
I've
saying
seen
he's
him as a guest on things that I know from other episodes of it. It doesn't seem like they do stage it or anything like that. He's pretty
Okay.
quick on his feet. And I look for crowd turnover, especially with crowd work things where you're going to see if there's like multiple different crowds in the same thing. I didn't notice any of that in this, and I was looking for it.
I didn't
did
see
miss it,
anybody
Charles?
different. It just felt like some of it might have been like, because the Netflix is producing it, and it like, imagine if there was no like good reaction. So maybe this crowd, some of it, like not all of it, some of it might have been staged to get the desired reaction for the desired joke he wanted to tell.
For sure.
Okay.
But I mean, I would say almost any audience. I don't know if you guys have
Okay.
ever been to a taping, but they do kind of fluff
No.
the audience quite a
I've
bit,
never
and they
been to
tell
a
you,
taping.
we need big reactions here. Come on, guys. This is the best thing you've ever seen. Give it full intensity. I know we do that, like if we were ever recording something live, we would kind of let the audience in on it. Like, come on, guys. This is the best thing you've ever seen. Help us
I've
out.
been
You'll
to-
be immortalized in a recording forever.
Yeah, I've been to screenings where like people, execs from the studio were there, and the audience just like, they knew. They didn't have to be told, but they knew to act a little extra, I don't know, extra.
Mm.
I will give you that Matt Rife is probably sharp. Anyone who's doing this and that much by the age of 30 is they're there for a reason. But now that I've seen him twice on Kill Tony, if he's so sharp, why don't I have anything from Kill Tony where he's like on his feet and giving jabs to the people when people are bombing? He has the guy who has every black joke known to man doesn't have something witty to say to just a regular old shitty white person, just a shitty woman who doesn't know how to like do stand up. He has no material for that. It's weird that, put on the spot in a Kill Tony type environment, he's not that sharp then. So that's odd to me.
I can white knight him a little bit.
Oh, brother.
One of the worst guests, and he makes it to most of the lists out there. He's one of Lap's favorite comedians, Joe Rogan. He's been notoriously bad on Kill Tony, where he's literally just quiet the entire episode, including the one that I believe you have watched with Tom Segura and Joe Rogan. Yeah, where it's like they just don't say anything the whole time. Like, and granted, I guess they were on edibles and whatever else, so they're kind of just enjoying the shit show that's unfolding in front of them. But yeah, I was kind of surprised that certain other people weren't on the list that you saw of the worst. Yes.
So I'm just saying, I certainly agree with what Laps is bringing up about this particular performance.
About his number one comedy legend?
About Matt Rife and
I plead the fifth.
It feels a little suspicious. And considering that I've seen Matt Rife on 2 separate occasions as a guest on Kill Tony, where he doesn't really add much to moments where like you could be off the cuff and contribute to, like someone just has a bomb set and he can kind of save the show as one of the professionals on the panel. I haven't been convinced that he's as sharp as you're making him out to be. Granted, I've only seen one of his specials, so it's certainly possible. Like, yeah, he's got 35-year-old black jokes that are just incredible. I mean, bravo! I've never seen an act like that before in my life. But until I see something like that, I don't have any proof that he's sharp like that.
Oh, you want some proof? Hey, Lapsed. So we've explained this. Would you be willing to share that video? So for this special, Netflix was able to put out 4 clips from it. So I figured those are probably fair use. And then, there's this interview. So I kind of Tarantino'd this interesting journey that I'd like to take you on and allow the audience to view this for themselves and find out if he is super sharp and just needs to do this.
Okay.
Christmas Eve, I would read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" to my kids, but I would change the words in the book.
You would read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" to your
British.
kids, but change the words in the book.
Yeah.
What's your accent?
English.
English. Nice. Okay. Original Christmas. You're mad-libbing this book to your kids? "'Twas the night before Christmas." Give me an example of something you might
"'Twas the
change.
night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even the bailiffs."
Not even the bailiffs.
What the hell does that even mean? Like, aren't the bailiffs like on Judge Judy, like Bird is the bailiff. It's like the officer in the court, right?
I think it's
Or is
something
it
different in
a
the
prison
UK.
guard? Okay, my bad. A barrister. I don't know.
Because the house
Yeah.
is a prison. Okay. You know what? I like a British tradition. This is a new aspect of the show. I've been to England a lot, and I have a lot of fun with it. The shows are very good. The people have always been good. You guys are just a little weird. But very good traditions. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you come inside of a British girl, they call it a shepherd's pie. Yeah.
That's true. They do that.
It's delicious, but it's not for everybody, for sure. It's a little gamey.
So, yeah, that was kind of the first one that they released, the clip of that to entice people. I guess you're showing that, he's dirty. He's a dirty comedian.
Oh,
But
I looked
know, it
up
doesn't-
sorry, go ahead.
oh yes,
go
a
ahead.
shepherd's pie. You're looking
No,
up. What that
I
is?
looked up the
It's a
bailiff
lovely
thing.
dish.
The bailiff thing.
Oh,
A
okay.
bailiff in UK may visit your home if you do not pay debts, such as a council tax, bills, parking fines, court fines, and county court.
yikes.
Fair enough.
So they're not stirring.
Yeah. I'll find out.
Well,
soon.
good. We've paid our debts as far as this date goes. But yeah, it's interesting. Like it doesn't feel like he's addressing what the guy's saying. Instead, he's just like, I know something British, shepherd's pie. I know what. It feels like a prepared joke that you're just adding because this dude has a British accent.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also interesting that someone who was British, who is watching him in Arizona and is probably not part of the age bracket that I would assume. Like there's a lot of things there that just don't match what I would consider his target audience to be.
You don't think
And
he's the regular old Tempe audience?
No.
Fair enough.
And like you said, Matt Rife pivots to a cum joke. Like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's a trick. If you watch someone, like if you were with Matt Rife on this, like when he was prepping for this show for like, I don't know, 4 nights, you would be sick of some of these things and you'd see the way some of these situations present. And it wouldn't be I think that's part of the problem that I have. Like I've seen so much, like dozens of thousands of hours of comedy where like some of the magic gets it's rusty to me, where it just doesn't have that same shine. I'm pretty sure if I saw him perform for a full weekend, I can get you in the neighborhood of where he's going to land on a joke.
Yeah, it seems like you were way ahead of most of them, and they are kind of stereotypes.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't see was like his extended bit where he was trying to get his cameraman laid. I don't know. That was interesting. But that took up like a good 5-minute chunk of that. But good on him being one of the bros. But on top of all of this comedy, he went out and promoted it. So where better than a morning show? And then you truly get to see how sharp he is on the morning show.
Funny, Matt Rife is known for poking fun at everything and everyone, and now he's taking on Santa. The Netflix special is called Matt Rife Unwrapped, a Christmas crowd work special.
How do you even know Christmas has began in Arizona? This makes no sense. It looks the same year round. I just can't imagine hanging up Christmas lights when it's 85 degrees and sunny outside. Whole town just looks like a Margaritaville. That's just so different from me. I grew up, I'm from Ohio, so like I love a white Christmas, dude. I'm sure a black Christmas is fun too. I'm sure it's equally as fun. I've just never been
I'm sure nobody could have seen that coming from the whole white Christmas thing. There's
I know,
no
I
way to
didn't.
do work off of that. So this is kind of that 6-minute chunk at the beginning where perhaps this is in front of the audience, perhaps it's not, but this is towards the end of that where maybe there's a little magic where it went from him sitting in the chair to this part, to the crowd work.
Is this part where he's like Black Friday or Black Sunday? It was one of those things where it's like,
yes.
it was such a slow moving target for me. I was like, get there, just fucking get there already.
Yeah, white Christmas, black Christmas, black holidays. Then it goes to Christmas money, and then the Kardashian things, and then it goes into a Lamar Odom thing. It feels like it was definitely kind of a rehearsed bit that goes into a bunch of different areas. But yeah, it's all playing off of that term white Christmas. Where else could you go from
Yellow snow.
The special comes on the heels of his record-breaking Stay Golden tour.
What the hell?
And he is keeping the momentum going with 40 new dates worldwide in 2026. Matt Rife, good morning.
I love that you guys found the most PG 15 seconds of the
Yes.
entire
We
special.
looked hard.
And it was hard.
That special.
So from that, like I would interpret that like, oh, so he's like a Jeselnik type or something like that. Like he goes dark. I don't know. It just
Literally.
seems like he was dirty, but it's not like dark jokes or anything like that. And
he does dark jokes. There were black people in the crowd.
fair enough. He had black in that joke, but I don't know. I think there were other tame parts. That is right at the beginning. I do believe they just found the first 15 seconds that worked for them. But I don't know. Do you think the way that he just kind of expressed that, do you think that this whole thing was just way too dirty? You could never get a clip from it?
No.
Yeah, all right.
No, because there was other things that when he was talking about like the being on the nice list or naughty list or whatever, like, you know, there was stuff that he said that wasn't bad. I think anytime that sex or anything is brought up like that, it's an instant like, ooh, ooh, you know. So I don't know. I didn't really care. Like the Asian woman who had the black doll and he dropped the Shaniqua and it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like any of that stuff is it's nowhere near like taboo-ish. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's.
If you ask him, none of that is able to be used in clips.
See,
you know, you can't advertise it with it.
This is where I have the mentality that like edgy comedians like this need you to think that they're not allowed to say things. Because if you think they're not allowed to say words and they say something like that, it's like, ooh, he's stepping over the line and saying a thing that's like edgy. You're not supposed to. He can get canceled for that. And it's like, no, you really can't. It's just there's a facade here of what they can and can't do. And if you make it seem like, I shouldn't even been saying this, but here, it's a little fabricated. And I'm sorry, the material is, I don't know. Again, Andrew Dice Clay would have been saying something very similar, if not a little bit harder, 40 years ago.
Yeah, and it probably would have rhymed. But
oh yeah.
We thought maybe we'll pull from another special.
It's a morning show, Matt.
At this
morning show.
Just play the credits.
Credits are good.
that would be spoilers.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much for watching.
It's very funny. You must have been a problem in high school. What did the teachers think of you?
Oh, a lot of detention. I remember my biology teacher one time, I was making some.
So you know that when people do talk shows, this is stage 2, right? Like the topic that they're talking about? Okay. All right. So like this is prepared.
Yeah, a lot of stories on that. Yeah, no, you've definitely got to do like the warm interview type of deal. You have to submit what stories you want to talk about. Then it's up to them to actually come up with like, you know, a segue that kind of seems natural to get you to talk about these.
But
things.
it's not dry. Like there's some sort of anticipation on where the discussion is going. So I don't know if this is an off the cuff conversation as it's being presented.
You don't think that they just randomly brought up this crowd work of say you were probably a problem child in school, right? you ever get detention? But here we have, in his own words, how much of a problem he was in high school.
Okay.
My classmates laughed, and she sent me to the principal's office, and in front of everybody, she said, "You'll never make a living being funny."
Oh.
To which I responded, she said, "You'll never make a living being funny. You're going to end up working at McDonald's for the rest of your life." And I said, "Well, if I work at McDonald's for the rest of my life, eventually I'll work my way up to management, and I'll make more than a teacher's salary."
You said that to her.
Whoa. But teachers, though, they're all heroes. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, that was instant suspension. About 5 days. But that's when I kind of knew. I was like, oh, no, now I have to make a living.
But so that's a version of crowd work right there.
Do you think you can get suspension for telling the teacher that one day you'll make more than them? I don't think that that's a suspendable offense. And I got suspended for some questionable things, but I don't think that's one of them that would have gotten me there.
Wasn't Matt Rife a child actor too?
I do not know. I feel like he was a child when he was doing his first specials, but maybe I'm just a jerk, and
Yeah.
he just looks like a young.
I feel like he was on that like all that type show.
Oh,
Whatever.
I know he did do what the hell is it called? The Nick Cannon one. Yeah, the roast thing. I'm blanking on it now. But yeah, he definitely did that when he was pretty young. But I believe he was still into his career when he kept coming onto that.
Interesting.
Take it from someone who's been suspended from school a lot. I have said much worse and didn't get suspended.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you, Jaden. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wild Now. Thank you. I was
Wild
blanking
Now.
on that completely. I could have told you so many different comedians that have been on there, but yeah. That also gave David Lucas quite a start. And then Maddie Smith is one of my favorite female comedians. Just, man, she was awesome on there. It's fun. I like roast. If you didn't like Kill Tony, you'd probably hate that show, but it's a fun time. Fair enough. If this is your first taste of Matt Rife, he does seem quite full of himself. This might not be the best intro for him, but you know, you'll probably be seeing a lot of him in the near future.
Yeah. It's a twisted reality.
What's he
set.
do
I
in
never
the
heard of
special,
Matt
right?
Rife
Oh.
before this. Clicking on the stream seems kind of douchey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a big deal now, though.
yes, huge deal.
Mhm.
And fair enough. Who amongst us has not been douchey? I know I definitely I suffer from the douchiness. But
Me,
but yeah. But this anchor is saying like, hey, just talking back to your teacher. You know, that is a form of crowd work. Hey Charles, as your least favorite form of comedy, crowd work, you did rank it number 5.
I did.
Would you consider that crowd work? Telling your teacher one day you will make more than them.
No. No.
It feels like that's just like, you know, mouthing off, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crowd work would be the teacher working on the students.
Well, I mean, the student could ask like, hey, what do you do for a living? How long have you been doing that? And then, you know, kind of go from there, come up with something funny. But it, yeah, it just, it seems like you're just talking back, but maybe it's just me.
No, twist the reality. You're fine. He says, I was
No,
joking.
yeah,
My apologies.
no,
No
no,
need to
no.
apologize.
Yeah. No,
We're just
no
pointing out
apology
we're not above the douchiness.
No.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
who amongst us has not douched?
No apology
But yeah,
needed.
You say something, someone says something, and you're reacting in the moment.
Yeah, I guess I'm a very defensive person. I should probably look into this.
No, but I think
so wait, if somebody says something and you react to it, apparently that makes you a crowd work comedian?
Oh my God, he's edgy. Thank God he could say things like that still. In today's day and age, what?
This
he
is
just says
the
what he's thinking?
yeah, wow, he's able to do that in real time. While he talks about this story from years ago. But yeah, this is the second clip that Netflix released to get you interested in the special.
Black Santas have been in the Kardashian house like each year. I've never had a Black Santa, but it sounds like a good time. But also, can you imagine Lamar Odom as Santa Claus? Bro, I don't know who Lamar Odom is. He's the huge black basketball player that
Oh, he's a
Khloe
black one.
Kardashian
Okay.
used to look like.
You don't understand. He called the one Kardashian unattractive and looks like a man. So it's funny.
Yeah,
It's funny because it's true.
she's had a little Christmas magic done, just a little bit.
no, but I think it takes talent to do what he does.
Yeah, so
to
you're
interact in the
you're
moment.
not coming with a preloaded set that you're going to deliver. You are in the moment responding to.
Stop it. Stop
Okay,
it.
so-
Stop it. Stop
So
it.
now he's going to set up. So this is kind of the thing that I've
You're
seen
not
in a
one of
bunch
those
of
people
different
that
interviews.
writes jokes or anything, are you? Because that's so
No,
passe.
you do it a different way. But yeah, I've seen a few different interviewers kind of set him up the same way. Apparently, everyone thinks that like, you know, you either are all improv and that's what crowd work is, or you have prepared material. Where, as you pointed out, it's kind of in between. But
Yeah.
here's how he answers it, which
Oh, no.
you know, there'd be significantly less crowd work
I'm going to be angry, aren't I?
if you listen to him.
whatever people bring
I
up.
hit the
For
button.
this show, yes. For my touring show, no. That's a very common misconception that's very funny to break down. Like, I usually do like an hour 20 on my touring shows, and crowd work's like a very small part of that. It's an hour 10, hour 15-minute show of like prepared stories and bits about other topics and stuff. Yeah.
What do you love about crowd work?
That it's new and spontaneous every time. You know, I do so many shows. You can only tell a joke so many times before it's not funny for you to deliver, which I'm very blessed to be able to do the amount of shows that I do. And the crowd work is like a unique situation, interaction with somebody that I'm going to have, and I have no idea what's going to happen, and it's not going to be duplicated. So it's just the spontaneity for me.
But I think that
I cannot wait
Don't
for him to
understand.
tell a new joke about black people because, man,
No, it
he's
can't be
scraping the barrel.
duplicated.
Hey, it's our
No,
favorite guy.
This thing could never be duplicated. You don't understand. This is spontaneous. He's never done this before. He has no idea what's going to come out of his own mouth. And then,
You guys are as a family. You come together as a family. Like. All right, guys, on 3. 1, 2. No, Grandpa's not ready. Grandpa's not ready. Hold.
there's significantly more act outs than I anticipated.
So that could be the culmination. That could be a thing where, you know, this is like I've told you this before, where if you do 20 shows, at least 5 times when you're asking someone something, someone will say, "Oh, we all come together," and you know, by that 3rd or 4th time, you're like, "Wait a minute, people phrase it this way." So let me have something for if someone says we come together, like we all come together on Thanksgiving or whatever. Or, you know, if they word it a certain way, you might want to massage them into saying we come together so that you can get that joke out there. But listen, it getting there is, you know, it's impressive. It's funny, but it's not as spontaneous as I think they'll have you believe, which is it's
Oh,
still
for sure. 100%.
it still takes talent to get there, but I don't think it's, you know, having that material like that when for the Boy Scout thing, all he says is Chris Hansen, will you come here? That's all he has for that, about a Boy Scout who goes camping with kids. That's all you have is Chris Hansen, will you come out here? That's weak.
Yeah. Where, like you mentioned, you could have like pre-prepared responses.
Sure.
You know, like he saw the British guy. Hey, I know I have this joke set up. You know, shepherd's pie. Easy to talk about that one. I wouldn't doubt that he also had a prepared bit for if anyone says we come together. Wait, what do you mean by that? Yeah, it doesn't feel as spontaneous as it could. But I guess all comedians are somewhat acting as if the prepared material is somewhat spontaneous. So it does feel like that is still a skill that he's honing, even with like his prepared material versus his improv stuff.
There's like a Rolodex of answers that he's probably gone through.
For sure.
Yeah. The only thing, there's only one thing that makes me think like some of these people were genuine is because of the horribleness. Like, not even the bailiffs. Like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't
even
sound
mean?
awfully prepared. It's like, okay, well, that's not
No.
great.
So,
Okay, you find that clever. Right. Yeah, fair enough. Hey, what up, Rosales?
Okay. Everybody just picks a spot on the tree. Everybody find a bulb. Okay. So the whole family just comes together for Christmas.
Yeah, but it usually breaks out in an argument.
Breaks out into an argument? Who caused the biggest fight last year?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa? Oh, wow. How would I know that?
So that does feel like an authentic crowd thing, that whole like, who do you think? So, you know, there is a couple possibilities. Either he actually knows them and he should know who it is. That's why she's saying, who do you think? Or she is one of those clueless people that just, you know, kind of like clueless isn't correct. You know, like how a child assumes that you know, like every friend of theirs and everything like that.
No, you're right. You
It's
were
kind
right
of,
with the
I'm not going to
clueless
give you
part.
the context. Well, she seems to know who it is, but just assuming that everybody else has the same context as that.
Yeah, but it's like the people that steal the packages off the frickin' thing, and then, you know, with the paintball, and then they're like, I'm calling the police. You know, like, it's like, dude, you're stealing. Like, you're an idiot. You're clueless.
Fair enough. But yeah, he does have kind of a tag on here that does seem somewhat, I don't know, improvised, but perhaps it's all worked out bit. It's hard to say.
What was he upset about?
He collapsed.
Collapsed.
He got taken in an ambulance, but
Yeah, taken in an ambulance.
Oh, yeah.
You guys waited too long. I held it back and it turned into a hurdy.
But I think that's so fun for you, not knowing what's going to happen. I have to confess, a couple times, Tony, I cringed, I winced, then I was laughing.
I also
then
had
was
that
cringing
reaction.
and wincing
So
again.
can I
That's
can
the
I
exact kind of emotional roller coaster.
real quick? So did they
Yeah.
they just like showed like jerking off on Good Morning America?
No, that was me. So I've gone ahead and taken these
okay.
4 different.
Okay.
When it switches to vertical, that's unfortunately on me. I grabbed the clips from Netflix as a joke. They released 4 different clips to promote this special.
I was
figured those
really
are
hoping
fair game
that
on
that,
YouTube.
you know, that happened. 'cause that
No,
would've made
the only
this-
one that they included was that first one.
this
That
is the first one. Okay. Okay.
yeah, it wasn't the Black Christmas, but it was the
Bailiff.
first one that was actually full. Yeah, Bailiff. Thank you. But
Bailiff.
yeah,
Barris, in
Uh, in it.
In it.
I wanted
Is that what you want? Because when people cringe and when you sort of like that, true?
Yeah, of course. Comedy is meant and built.
Mission
to walk the
accomplished
line.
then.
Like that's the very rare freedom that we get as performers, and I love.
Oh,
that.
but I
Do
thought you
ever worry
can't
about
talk
crossing
anymore.
the line?
Well, like, and that's the other thing. Like, she's saying that she cringed, right? Which I get. I cringed as well, but I don't think for the same reasons that she's thinking or he's thinking. But this isn't like cringe type of humor. It's not like like Tim Robinson's, like where it's just awkwardness, where it's I don't know. That to me makes me cringe, but I love it. Where this is like, that's really where you're going.
Tired. It's tired. It's hack. Like, yeah, it's edgy for 1984, but what?
Hey. No. Don't you dare make fun of 1984.
It was a
But,
good
like,
year.
what
When
do
these
you?
jokes were relevant.
Yeah, I don't know. Like even at this point, like some of that Austin crowd. All right, what else can you possibly say about trans people that feels relevant at this point? Like, I'm sorry. Once everyone has a joke on it, it becomes, airplane security. Like, yeah, okay, everyone's done something on that. What do you have new to say about this? And Black Christmas, that type of shit. Like, no, you're not breaking any sort of ground here. This is tired. It's lazy. It's hacky. I'm just a fucking Grinch, and I don't know.
Well-
Again, I've seen thousands of hours of comedy, and when you see a certain thing repeat itself, it's like, okay, you have nothing to add to this. Nothing.
You're calling yourself a Grinch, but think about what she has said to him as, I was cringing and then I kind of laughed and then I chuckled and I cringed some more and then I was cringing and I had to like cover my eyes.
Cringe.
Is that how you want your comedy described? Like, to me, that would be like, and I've totally failed. If you're just like cringing the entire time that you're watching whatever I'm doing, I have failed. That is not what I'm going for.
If you ask 25-year-old me that, and I'm trying to put off this, I'm an edgy guy who steps over the line, that's exactly what I want you to say. I used to use that I was banned in Penn State. I use that as like part of my booking materials. Like, come check out the guy who's not allowed to perform in State College. Like, yeah, at a certain point, again, like if you're trying to present the narrative that, I'm being canceled for things I'm saying. Yeah, you would want to lean into making people cringe.
All right, fair enough. I guess I hadn't kind of looked at it that way, but fair enough.
It depends. Like, it depends on, like, if you're Brian Regan and...
No, I don't think there is.
How come?
Oops, sorry.
No, if you're Brian Regan and people are like, I cringed, that would be a problem because he's squeaky clean. I think it depends on what you're trying to put out there.
Fair enough. I see the comment from Jacob saying that feels like every comic that we've reacted to since we've started this is a hack. Fair enough. We thought we'd start with the silver hack and then kind of go to his accompaniment, if you will. I hear what you're saying. I want to to kind of I want to have Charles experience what is kind of big right now. And part of that is a bit of hackiness. And I think it's interesting hearing Charles's kind of take on some of this. And so, he's got a little bit more insider knowledge than just me from the outside enjoying the hack.
Lapsed
But,
as
fair enough.
the I don't know, the deciding factor here.
What?
How did you feel about this? Because me, as the insider, has a certain line of opinions. How did you feel about Matt Rife?
I did not like it at all.
Oh, that's weird.
Like at all. Like and don't get me wrong. There's going to be time we're going to do bigger and better comedians, but that was the premise that we started, was Charles being a comedian, stopping 5 years ago and left. He left everything. Hadn't watched shit. And getting back into this and what was big right now as compared
And
to
now
what
you're
he
watching
was-
shit.
and now this is kind of what it is right now. So when we get to the better stuff, it will obviously, there'll be a difference of opinion. But for me, the problem for me with this is like, I feel I'm in the same boat as Charles a little bit. Not that I was a comedian, but I had stopped watching comedy for quite some time. And it feels like these internet people become comedians. That's what it feels like to me. And they might not be as funny to me as they are to, say, the internet crowd.
Very good point.
And I feel like whenever I was watching comedy, it was like I saw them, like had mentioned, like Premium Blend, Comic Strip Live, those type of shows where it featured acts that I might not have known who that person was because I couldn't go access a short on YouTube or this. I had to see them on Caroline's Comedy Hour. And then that got me interested in them, to where when I finally did see their special, they were polished. They weren't a year and a half in, 2 years in. They might have been 9 to 10, even 15 years in at some points. So they had their act down pat, where some of these comedians, it feels like, even if their act is slick, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of age to it. If that makes
Very
any
good point.
sense.
It does.
So like sometimes I feel like I'm just like, okay, yeah, I saw this guy's clips on YouTube and now he's on fucking Netflix. Like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even think he was that funny.
Yeah, Rife having 5 specials in the last 5 years is absurd. Absurd.
No. That makes sense to me. Like he's big in the comedy. Like Dane Cook. Like all of a sudden, where he got like 3 specials, kind of really back to back to back. That makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense to me is giving them the starring role in a bunch of different movies, including like sci-fi ones. One of the worst movies I saw from last year stars Matt Rife as a bicyclist. I believe he's an Olympic athlete who goes to, I want to say it's Italy, to train, and then slowly his team starts getting picked off one by one, and there's aliens, but it's also during COVID, and there's like this weird disease thing. It is the worst movie I've ever seen. I can't even remember the name of it, but that makes no sense to me, trying to make him a movie star. Not like, hey, you know what? We need a comedic actor who's pretty. Let's put him in this funny thing. Instead, we need a serious sci-fi drama, erotic thriller. That's the guy.
That hasn't worked yet either. Like when Dane Cook was being put into roles in the mid-2000s.
Oh, come on. Employee of the Month? It was,
at least a
Good Luck,
comedy.
Chuck?
Wasn't Dennis Rodman and Dane Cook in a movie together?
Yeah, Double Take.
Yeah.
I hate that I know that.
I did not take that one in. Maybe I got to go check that one out.
Isn't that where they're in the bullfighting arena and they survive the explosion with a Coke machine? Like behind it or something. There's like, I know there's a scene where Rodman's like behind a Coke machine and there's like flames and all this shit going around
it's
it.
Before.
What's the one, Mr. Brooks or something? I'm just saying, Dane was in an actually good movie with Kevin Costner.
And he actually had a really good role in that too. Yeah, he was good in something that came out in 2019 too that just didn't get an audience. But what I'm referencing is, the hot, pretty comedian who's just like a big deal when Hollywood's like, oh, people will go watch this person. And they're traditionally wrong about that because you keep trying to redo the Eddie Murphy thing. And I don't know if that's something that could be replicated like that.
Well, I can
Sometimes you
tell
get-
you,
think
I can
so.
tell you that that happened to me with Superman 3. I didn't
Prior?
when I saw Prior, I did not. I was like, so this guy's funny.
Oh wow.
And then when I
So
finally
funny,
saw it,
though.
I was like, oh my god, this dude's fucking hilarious. What the fuck
Yeah.
was that?
Huh.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So like,
Well, he is no
I
prior.
kinda-
I will.
Well, but I'm saying I see where you're coming from with that though, like because it doesn't always work. It doesn't always
Hmm.
translate
It
the
doesn't.
stand up to being in the movies. So like, I think that's where you find the difference between we were talking about like comedic actor to comedian.
Hmm.
Mm.
You know, there's not many. If I don't know many comedians in movies. Not saying
Right.
TV shows, because you know that was the big thing, 80s and 90s. Work your way up, get your specials, get your pilot. You know,
That's what I loved about Carlin, because Carlin
Well-
was like, I'm a comedian, and if you want to give me an acting
always.
gig, fine.
Yeah.
Well, just wait. There's a new one. I think it's called "Is This Thing On?" But yeah, it's this fun Bradley Cooper movie that's coming out soon, starring Will. Now I'm blanking on his name. Arnett. And yeah, there's a bunch of comedians. It's actually filmed at an actual New York's
In the
comedy
Cellar.
club. Yeah, it is the Cellar. But yeah, I know Jordan Jensen gets a huge featured role in there. So I'm hoping it'll work. There's some really funny comedians in that movie. I hope it translates.
I have a proposal for a future episode, but I don't exactly know where what the through line is. But it feels like there are certain comedians that are called hacks, and
Want to do a hackathon?
no, like it seems like certain sexy female comedians get called hacks. Dane Cook is one of them that Chris D'Elia gets called a hack prior to his stuff, and it feels like maybe
was a
Matt
predator.
Rife. Maybe Matt Rife qualifies as part of like the pretty boy who doesn't need to be a comedian thing. It's like there's this attractive thing that people. It seems like they're more jealous of their I don't know, their sexual appeal and their fame because of it. That is kind of turning off a bunch of people in the community. So I don't have the exact through line, but there are comedians but before D'Elia had his issues, I remember people saying a bunch of things about his style where
For sure.
he was funny, like very contagious with his laughing and things like that.
I do want to address something. So with what Jacob's talking about in the chat, where he's talking about talk about some good comedians and
No.
Yes.
So he says,
well, we asked
we're talking about
Charles, and
current
Charles said
comics.
right now. Well, so that was brought up. I had a bunch of really good ones that I wanted to bring up, and Charles said, "No, I'm enjoying bad comedy." So we will get to the good ones, but
Like I
we're
said, we will
starting
do-
at the other end.
Okay, so but also, I think this is what our fourth show. Is this our fourth or fifth show? Fourth.
Feels like a 2000.
So what I think is though, there's also a lot more to talk about with what is popular that is bad as opposed to what is good, because we know why something is good, right? Because it's well written, it's set up well, it's told well, and we will go to those things. We will, because we also are going to do some deep dives on comedians, some legends, stuff like that.
What I'm saying,
But I think
Jacob's got a
talking
point
about
though.
good.
I think Rosebud Baker is criminally underknown. We should do some things of these people deserve more type deal, and I think she would definitely be on my list.
That is, I was going to say we will do stuff on underutilized people that are good. That what I was getting to is when there's something that's very popular and it's not good, there's more to talk about. And if we go to something that is underutilized and good, there would be more to talk about than what is just good.
Just say we're algorithm chasing for now because we don't really have an audience yet. We're still finding our footing. So we need to draw people in with the shit, the clickbait shit.
I don't know how to do the algorithm because I've been on
we're
YouTube
trying.
for like 7 years, and I'm me, and yeah, I suck. So
I can
I'm
tell you
following
what
what
seems-
you guys do.
Fair enough.
Considering
Sorry,
we did
go right ahead, Charles.
Brendan Schaub, That
Gringo Poppy himself.
watching that one stream has like destroyed my algorithm. So there's tons of I don't know, material in just talking about Brendan Schaub and how much he doesn't deserve things. And all you need to do is just figure out what people are angry and talking about, and that's one way to get in there.
Yeah,
But we will do stuff on better comedians. We will.
Yeah, like and subscribe, everyone.
Hey, Sparkles. Thank you for commenting on the fashion part of this. I don't want to mock their fashion choices, seeing as how I am, fashion deficient. But yeah, let's see what they have to say about
here.
Yeah, you are fashion forward, sir. Always on the cutting edge. That is a nice cow.
You can't.
I'm so
there's no
jealous.
line to cross in comedy. It's a personalized art form, right? Like, it doesn't have to be forever. It's never going to be for everybody. You're never going to make 8 billion people laugh at the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
I think as long as your intentions are clear and the context of you being a comedian at a comedy show, I don't think there is a line that you can cross. Everyone should be on the same page. We're here to laugh.
Yeah.
It might not hit every time, but if one person laughs, technically it
You did
is
your job.
funny.
You did your job.
I don't want to disagree with him.
I endorse that mentality.
Patrice makes a very similar point to that, and I completely agree. If the joke is to get a laugh, or the goal is to get a laugh from your joke, if you got one person to laugh, yeah, I see that as a win. I see that as successful.
Yep.
But, if there's 99 other people in the room, it might not feel like a win.
Yep.
The one person.
I am Asian,
Nuh-uh.
Flap's favorite clip.
and one of my relatives got me an African American doll because they didn't have an Asian doll.
Oh. That's pretty funny.
Ah!
What'd you name her?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, you do. There's just 2 black women in front of you who were just waiting for a Shaniqua.
You have crossed paths and worked with some of the
That-
biggest comedians
pause
in
it.
the world.
Yeah.
Who are some?
There's
sir.
there's a joke about a black Barbie doll in the first season of Ted, not the movie Ted, but the
show.
for what was it on Peacock? The
He's
series.
Peacock.
There is a very similar presentation and joke setup there with the ill-colored Barbie doll that I can't explain why I feel this way, but it feels like there's some workshopping in some 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon way of doing something very similar but not the same. That whole
Yeah.
setup, I can't get into what I really want to say, but it feels connected somehow is all I will say.
It definitely could be. But, that's also, I wouldn't necessarily call that hack, but it seems like that's
No.
kind of where you have to go with that kind of material. It's like, oh, yeah? Well, what did you name it? And then if you're saying you didn't remember, it's like, you remember. Like, there's only so many beats, so many different directions you can kind of go with that. It kind of makes sense to me why you would do that, but it doesn't feel original, like he is saying.
Right.
Like, this is just, it's so original. Nobody else could do this type
Right,
of thing.
right.
I never know what's going to happen. It's like, you kind of do.
Yeah.
Just like when Charles watched it the first time, he knew where a bunch of these crowd work things were going to go. It's like, okay, well, he's saying he takes kids out to the woods camping. Clearly, we know this is going one of 2 directions.
Right,
And,
right.
hey, we're going Chris Hansen with it.
You may not have the explicit punchline, but you can get in the neighborhood. Like it wasn't really that hard. Like I just I didn't write a punchline for it, but I was like, it's going to be a pedo joke, and it was. It wasn't specifically calling him a pedo, but Chris Hansen. That's pretty close. If you know what the Chris Hansen reference is, well, it's a pedo joke. So.
But it's also really weird because aren't you just opening yourself up to that? Like, who goes to a comedy show and is like, has anybody ever given a good gift? It's like, yes, I have taken multiple kids out to the woods and been with them alone for weeks.
Right.
It's like, why would you ever mention that at a comedy show? When would that come up? Like, I don't know. I guess it's when you're looking for who's naughty or nice. And, you know, I think my joke would have been like, oh, so you're on the naughty list then. I don't know. Like it feels like there's only a couple ways that you want to go with that. You don't just like laud them for, oh, that's awesome. You take underprivileged kids to the woods. How great of you.
You could
are
also
amazing.
say, so are the kids on the naughty list and this is your nice list? Like there's different routes you can go there. Like, oh, you're going to fuck up a bunch of children. And what did they do to deserve that? Like there's so many different routes you can go on that like it doesn't have to point directly to the easiest shortcut there.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, he could have, made a joke. Did he, get cast-offs from Epstein Island? Like, he could have said something as disgusting as that. Like, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. But, now they're asking him what his influences are. If you were to guess without knowing, who do you think his influences would be?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Any guesses? Yeah, actually, no. It's a big surprise there. But no O'Donnell, no Ellen DeGeneres. I thought both of those names, they were just on the tip of my tongue, but he doesn't give them credit.
Hairspray and lip balm. I don't know.
Andy Kaufman, Steve Martin.
Yeah, you'd think that he would go with some of the classics, but sadly he goes a different route.
Amy Schumer.
Influences.
Oh, Dave Chappelle and Ricky Gervais are my two goats. I absolutely love
And
them.
those guys know how to toe the line, cross it, come back, cross it again.
Yeah, they're
and
probably
still
why
deliver.
I am the way that I am, unfortunately.
And they're the best at it.
They're the
Which, shout out to both of them. Chappelle just had a special released, I think, 3 days ago. And then Gervais is having one come out in like 3 days. So, hell yeah. Watch those guys' specials for sure.
It's interesting that both of them are represented by Netflix rather handsomely, too.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting, huh? Just on either side of his, both just after his special. Yeah, that is kind of odd.
They've become two friends of mine over the last couple of years, and they're just the most genius, humble, kind people I've ever met. You would expect them both to be ruthless, but they're just the best humans. Ricky Gervais also has a new special coming out on Netflix, I believe, New Year's Eve. So shout out to Ricky.
I'm
Go
excited.
watch it.
I just watched his last one. So comedy happens at night. So this has got to be the earliest you've been up in a long time.
Yeah.
What? You don't think that transition was authentic?
No.
I'm
oh yeah, he's got the
hilarious in
special
the
coming
morning.
out. So anyway, comedy takes place at night. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's a natural transition. So again, that's what Charles was pointing out, that these are pre-cleared interviews, so they do have like different stories that they want you to tell. They have questions ahead of time so that you all know where it's going. Morning television's all fake.
By the way, great,
Oh,
amazing pause job, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Oh man, we already have the thumbnail. That could have been it. It
All
looks great.
television, all television is fake, Gray. Any sort of
True.
interview thing, it's very fake.
Some is faker than others, though.
Mhm.
But fair enough. It's a very, very fake show.
He was upstairs eating Chick-fil-A, and I said, could I have some of your chicken?
Yeah, that's not the 80s, man.
So wait. We went from comedy happens at night to he's upstairs eating Chick-fil-A. What?
I can't have cocaine backstage like there used to, right? Comedy has fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, well, Matt, hey, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Oh, is that the out?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got to go to commercial
No,
break,
I'm
bro.
so sorry.
Hey, Matt Rife Unwrapped is
Takes us off.
streaming on Netflix.
Can't
and
talk about
tickets
cocaine.
are on sale
We're gonna get
now
hit with a drone
for
right now in a
Matt's
second.
A Golden Tour.
We'll see you
God.
tomorrow.
Yo, Steven, hurry up.
What are
No.
you doing here? What?
If you somehow weren't laughing by now, let me go ahead and give you something that's actually a bit funny. So he did an ad for, so Netflix put out 4 clips, and the other thing they put out was this trailer for it, which somehow they actually got Macaulay Culkin. And
Dude, Macaulay Culkin's got to be close to 50 at this point. He looks fantastic.
I mean, he's doing good for himself. But yeah, so anyway, I found this completely, I don't know, in a different ballpark than the actual special. I actually chuckled at this. I found this entertaining and engaging. I don't know why they didn't just hire Macaulay Culkin and him to do like some sketches, but yeah, I found this so much more entertaining than the actual special.
to watch this Matt Rife Christmas special.
Okay, I'm coming. Relax.
I fucking love Matt Rife. Am I right?
I know you love him. That's why we're seeing him next year on tour, silly.
Right? High five.
What?
Holy shit, I broke in. Nobody move.
That Charlie Sheen.
What? So not only do you have Macaulay Culkin, but wow, you could guess that voice.
That tiger blood.
What did you do?
Careful. Careful around that blood.
Like a paint can on a string. Like, no. Come by 45, because I'm 45 years old.
That might be accurate.
What the fuck? You shot me.
I'm so sorry.
Before Christmas?
You broke in.
I thought you were home alone.
Oh my God. What are you doing?
Stealing money. That's what I'm doing.
We have to call the police, man.
Take the legs. Let's go.
I'm not getting his legs, man. You killed him.
Get his fucking legs.
What is this?
Oh, don't worry.
This doesn't make you want to watch his improv crowd work
Rife's
special?
comedy special. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, gee whiz, man. Where were we? Oh, there you go. Boop. Oh, man. Best friends forever. Best
You know,
friends.
Netflix has that dumb money. They just throw money at shit.
Hey man, they've got that Charlie Sheen and Macaulay Culkin.
What the fuck is that picture, by the way?
It appears to be him trying to do like a white wedding type picture. It looks like a Billy Idol knockoff thing. He's doing a thing for it, you know. Yeah, good times.
I don't know if I feel this way because there's like a Netflix documentary on everything, but considering like anything that's been mentioned tonight, Chappelle, Ricky Gervais, both have specials around the same time as this guy. Charlie Sheen had a documentary that came out earlier this year.
Yep.
What has Macaulay Culkin got on Netflix that's coming out soon that he's there too? It just feels...
Yeah, and I also get the Kiefer Sutherland Lost Boys thing. Sorry, I was looking at Stiff Kitten's comment. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was between Billy Idol or the whole Lost Boys Sutherland
thing. It does
thing.
look like Billy Idol in that cover for White Wedding.
Kind of both, but I don't know. But you're right. I wouldn't. I wouldn't doubt that all these guys kind of have a deal with Netflix, and maybe there's a reason why they were able to get them all together. I don't know what Macaulay Culkin has going on, but man, he has been all over the internet. I think he was on Hot Ones, and I think he was on Good Mythical Morning had a thing with like whatever your last meal is, and then there is like 3 other ones where it's like, why is Macaulay Culkin out there so much right now? Is he promoting some? And I haven't seen anything that he's actually promoting. But
give it time.
Yeah. But you're right. It does seem awfully strange, but I don't know. What does that have to do with this special? Like, what did any of that have to do with, hey, you know what? It's a Christmas crowd work special.
And what was Matt Rife in drag, or was he like, what was the hair? Why? What?
I think he was just Macaulay Culkin's beta, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Was he a pretty boy? Was he a gay friend? Was he a gay boyfriend? Was he a girl?
A less confident boy. It's hard to say. Just he wasn't showing off those cheekbones as he should. But yeah, I'm not sure.
It was definitely funnier than that fucking special.
Yeah, and I didn't anticipate that the burglar would be, Charlie Sheen. I thought no tiger blood would be in this promo, but here we are.
I feel shitty that I could tell like immediately. He's got that voice.
Yeah, he does. He gargled with a lot. A lot went into that voice, but
crack.
He banged 7 gram rocks. That's just how he rolls.
So maybe I haven't convinced you that Matt Rife is funny, but say, would you watch any of his prepared comedy as opposed to just the crowd work stuff?
Listen, I'm not against it. Like I think I said legitimately to you, Greg. You know, there might be stuff that you don't appreciate of mine. There could be stuff that you do. I'm not a big fan of crowd work. If he has like prepared material, I'm willing to watch it. But as of right now, considering like he's considered the crowd work guy and the fast on his feet guy, between this crowd work special and the clips of him on Kill Tony I've seen, not really convinced.
Yeah, fair enough. And I do want to get into. We'll talk backstage, but I think that's what we're going to be doing next week. Is another little look into something specific, and it might be from the Kill Tony universe. But
Oh no.
yeah, fair enough. I don't know that that's necessarily the biggest thing. I think you kind of use that as a springboard to hopefully set you up for
Well,
your actual material. And I guess that's what he's been able to do. Like Dane Cook was able to get social media following to parlay that into a bunch of fans at a show. It looks like Matt Rife was able to corner that market, that kind of crowd work market, and really pack out his shows.
Well,
So
let me
good
ask
for
you
him.
guys.
It's successful.
Let me ask you guys something, because again, this could be just my absolute ignorance showing itself. But can you name me a good crowd work comedian prior to COVID? And can you give me a
Yes.
comedian that like worked predominantly with crowd work and did specials where they released crowd work? Or does it feel like it's more a product of the TikTok era?
It is more of a product of that, but you'd have to think. So yes, and so to answer your first one, yes, Big J Okerson, he is hilarious. So not only is he like the pivotal, the key member of the Legion of Skanks, but man, that dude just, he has prepared material. The crowd work is so much better. I really dig what that guy is able to do. Sadly, I don't think his crowd work specials, which I believe he just released a double special this year, and I think it just got picked up by 800 Pound Gorilla. So I think that'll be coming out again in 2026 for some reason. But I love what that dude is able to do, but his live stuff is so much better than what is captured on film. For some reason, all of the kind of attempts to capture that magic that's happening in the room, they seem to lessen it a bit. There's something to actually seeing a good comedian who's can actually do crowd work live. It feels so much more magical than any special I've ever
Okay.
seen. And
All right.
I've seen
I've
quite a few
heard
crowd
enough.
work ones.
If they ever do a comedy version of Almost Famous, Greg, we'll get you to write it. You are the
Thank
Chuckle
you.
Bunny. Laps. Please bring me back to reality here with your opinion. I don't want to hear this fluff fest from
The crowd
Greg.
work stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Maybe if it's at like the end of a show, you know, and you're just riffing with the audience. No. But if you want to see, you know, like, I don't know if it's crowd work, but Bill Hicks freaking out for 56 minutes on that lady is pretty awesome.
I'm unfamiliar with that.
Well, what about the day that comedy died? I would say a good portion of that is crowd work, where it's Dice just fighting the audience.
Yeah, but
what would you say about Bill Burr's amazing like Philly rant?
Yeah, the Philly
is
set.
that
Yeah.
part? Is that part crowd work? Because he's responding to them, he's asking them questions, and he's just mocking the shit out of them.
I think he's just
relentlessly.
unloading on the city of Philadelphia. It's not so much him back and forth with a heckler. I don't know if it's crowd work so much as just roasting an entire city.
Yeah, but he's definitely playing off of their oohs, ohs, their
Sure.
talk.
Well,
Like
it definitely
it
started
feels like there's
from
an
that.
element of it.
Yes. It
Yeah.
definitely started from that for sure.
But
for sure it did.
You asked for a special. That's definitely not a special.
No,
that is
I
the
just
most
don't know of
special of
any-
all recordings. But I think if you tried to record that, there's no way that you'd get that magic that was captured in that
Yeah.
thing. We do need to go over the Philly rant at some point, because
The
that thing
only-
is just amazing.
The only other guy I know that's like, you know, that specifically I didn't know about Big J, but this is the Carr guy, Jimmy Carr. Like, that's the only other person
Ooh.
that I know of that specifically does those things. Because it's like I said, I've been out of the comedy sphere for so long, and when I see those clips on YouTube and stuff like that, I would always see his clips where he's, making fun of someone
where
from
he's
the
fighting
audience or
hecklers, stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. So,
Jimmy Carr is awesome, but he's got a bunch of preloaded responses. There's a bunch of don't get me wrong, they're great one-liners, but that's what that dude does is he writes one-liners, so he also writes one-line comebacks, and they are just amazing. I dig what that dude can do.
Yeah,
Doesn't
so I
appear
mean,
to be
that's
what Matt Rife is trying to say that he's doing. It seems to be like this is spontaneous. Even I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, he's
No
full of
shows
shit.
are the same.
Not true.
He's as full of shit as he is Botox. So, I mean, like,
Jesus, Christ.
Those are implants. That's not Botox, sir. Come on.
whatever.
Is that accurate?
Whatever.
He has.
I have
face
no idea.
pieces?
I have no idea.
The internet seems to think so. I think he's just genetically gifted, but
He's
we'll
pretty.
see.
He's a pretty boy.
He is a pretty man.
Hope he never goes to jail.
You're cursed to that same thing. How do you
Why?
feel about him?
What do you
You're
mean?
also cursed with the pretty man fate. What do you think? Is his natural? Can you spot your own?
I mean, if you see, I am very camera ready. If you see me in real life, it ain't that great. Let me tell you. No, I don't know, man. I don't care. He's a man. I just look at him and I'm kind of like, you just don't look like a real person.
Fair enough.
Sparkles is right. Lapsed is prettier.
I'd put my money on Lapsed. That's what I'm saying.
I've got a hall pass for Lapsed, so Hey, so Jacob said earlier, there's a difference between great comics who do crowd work and comedians who only do crowd work. It's an interesting way to put it.
Sure.
I think this crowd work thing is a product of TikTok. I think everything's getting diluted in can you give me a 60-second burst of it? Can you give me something less than 3 minutes? Like when I was starting, like you needed to be a solid 5 minutes. It feels like now, if you're just trying to catch on TikTok, you just need a solid 60 seconds. And that's not, you can get a solid 60 seconds, but then when you get a gig, people aren't going to pay $200 to watch 60 seconds of you. You have to have a show. So,
well, do you think that's how like you said, though, do you think that's how it spawns? Because if they're doing a ton of different shows and maybe they do something new and they catch that 60 seconds and it's all just different clips of 60 seconds. And then you go to the show and it's literally like the 9 bits you saw. Like it's the first or the closing 9 minutes. The first or the closing is like everything you saw on YouTube. And there's also the fact of, like you said, when it's on TikTok. So, he said the thing that I saw. Oh, yeah. That as well.
You'd give it away to the crowd real quick that, it's not exactly spontaneous or off the cuff. If
for sure.
They're seeing the exact same bits.
See, I feel
like no, I'm just talking about like them getting popular to that point where they're only seeing that amount of time to where when you finally go to the show, it's like you're only seeing all of those clips that person did because that's the only stuff that worked for them.
Right. I think
I don't know.
You would split the audience too. You'll get people that are like, hey, he's saying the thing that I know the words to. Like I keep playing it over and over again. It's that thing. But then there's the like other half that is like what Gray is referencing, where people are like, oh, this isn't spontaneous. I've heard him do this already. And they're kind of like bummed out by it. Like, I wanted something brand new and fresh. And this is the thing that I clicked on from 2 days ago. Like when I reacted to, we all watched the video of the young lady who had a like crash out heckle.
Natalie Cuomo?
Yeah. That's her same crowd work thing where she references 2 guys sitting together.
Yes.
And makes it like they're gay. Like she's still doing that same setup. So whatever.
Was it the fake outrage?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Ooh.
Because it was pretty much the
think
same.
so.
All right. I'm not saying it is.
That one seemed to be completely legit. And then the fact that she released it too, it's not like some crowd releasing it. I do believe that was authentic, but I think she thought she did a lot better than she actually did in that moment.
I could see that.
I guess we should have prefaced all of this by saying, if you like Matt Rife or if you liked this special, you're not wrong. You know, everything is subjective, and everybody does have their own individual taste. Jacob in the crowd was saying, like, if Kill Tony and Legion of Skanks were gone, the comedy world would be better. I would be absolutely crushed. I have gotten to know so many different comedians through their appearances on Kill Tony, and then gone on to further investigate their career, and truly enjoyed myself with a good portion of them. There's a bunch of them that I kind of despise, and this gave me my first introduction to them. But man, everything is subjective. The guys that I like are definitely not going to be the guys that you like. Nobody is correct in comedy, and that's what's so amazing about it. You just get all these different points of view, and you know, I enjoy hearing all of them. Charles, you had a question in the back.
No, I am correct. In comedy, I am correct.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
What's up, Doc?
I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, it's oh, good, Charles.
No, go ahead.
I say it's the same thing with music, dude. It's the same thing with music. It's the same thing with movies, anything like that. There's always something for someone else, like me, where I strictly pretty much listen to metal, right? I dislike country. I understand the musicianship that goes into country, right? I get it. I understand it. I just
come on, a good lap steel though. Oh man, a bottle on a neck. Oh, the slide. It's so good.
Wow.
I am a mean washboard player. Let me tell you.
Some twang, man.
But it's just not my thing, right? And I remember, you know, the whole 90s argument when like grunge and hip hop were super duper popular, right? And it just transcended culture. Like, and it's just, I think with comedy, it's obviously what you like, right? That's
for sure
what it is. And it's hard to be unanimously hated. I think it's harder to be unanimously hated than generally liked, because there's always people in the crowd that laugh, and there's always someone that your most hated thing is someone else's favorite thing.
Dude, I hope there's a time where, like, I'm not around and someone's talking about what a shitty comedian I am, but they say it to Gray, because I know that this guy is like the most hardcore defender of anything stand-up.
Listen, subjectively, he could be the greatest, okay? The potential is there.
So wait. I was going to ask this before. I might forget. So do you think you can find 10 separate 1-minute sets of like a Kill Tony regular?
Yes.
I would.
So that's kind of what I wanted to do with William Montgomery. I think I can make you love the Big Red Machine. You're gonna love the Memphis Strangler. All I need to do is show you the right 10 1-minute sets. But the thing is, the 1 minute, it really doesn't matter. It's kind of by the wayside. It's kind of that interview time. That's kind of the golden thing. So the problem is going to be keeping it to the bare essentials, but including the stuff that you'd need to kind of get a glimpse into the Memphis Strangler, if you will, the madman that is William Montgomery.
So like their big gimmick is these people write a brand new minute every week, and like I'm here to tell you that sometimes you don't have a solid minute in just 1 week. So
true.
I'm curious to see, you know, if combined, do they have something resembling a decent 5? Not even a tight 10. If you can put together 10 minutes and have some sort of decent 5.
I'm gonna show you a bunch of the Kill Tony stuff. So this one's gonna take a little bit of editing to do, because not only do I need to source his best material, then I also need to grab this thing where he's not in front of his own audience and kind of how that goes for him. But I'd also like to grab some of those interviews that got me to love him, because I'm telling you, he is a lovable type, but you need to get through that rough exterior, and it's rough. But I think I can make you love him.
So it it does. Laps kind of made the joke earlier. It feels like there's some of this, I don't know, art house mentality. Like if you have to tell someone, oh, you have to watch this in the right environment, like there's some sort of, I don't know, hipster element to it, where it's like, oh, you've watched the wrong edition of it. Where
no, I mean, some weeks are rougher than others for sure.
I just feel like the joke should stand on its own merit, right?
I agree with that.
There always is.
It should.
There is that element to where it's a hot house and something is funny and you're in there, you know, and you're the energy together and you're laughing. There is that there, but for me, like the jokes should stand on their own.
I hear what you're saying, and you're right. But if I may run some defense, there are some elements that I don't feel like you've considered here. So he is on tour. You don't want to burn your actual tour material in it. So you are writing for each week during the week. So maybe, and I get it, this isn't exactly that same show, but maybe sometime in 2026, we can all write and perform a minute or something on this. It's harder than you'd think.
Oh,
and
I'll go up on stage. I'll do it on a stage. You can record.
You could take my minute.
Okay, yeah, we'll give you 2 minutes.
Go up there and talk for fucking 25 minutes.
It's okay, but you would have to do the material written that week for that week, and then you can't use anything that you previously used. And then you'd have to, you know, try and come with the next week for it. At the same time, you can't use any of your previous material because you're still using that on tour. And kind of once you use it, it's kind of burned. Like, it's really shitty with comedy. It's not like songs. Like, people don't want to hear you do your greatest hits. And that's
I am not writing new material for this fucking show. Let alone
it was mainly at Lapsed because he is the one who said, like, that wouldn't be hard. It's like, no, it really is
I didn't
hard.
say that wouldn't be hard. I said I could stand up there and do that. I never said it would be hard. I do public speaking all the time. And I said I'm not intimidated if it's 3,000 people or 300 people. Like, it just doesn't. I just don't. Whether I'm funny or not, like, that's entirely up to ridiculous people because I'm not. So, but I could go up there and talk or try to tell my side of a joke, and for a minute, I'm just saying, like, when we were talking about it, we were talking about whether you would be embarrassed or get nervous and all that. I just said no, that would not happen to me.
That's the hardest part, is getting used to silence. If you could tell a joke where you're expecting some sort of reaction and it's just fucking crickets, however you handle that will basically tell whether or not you can do it for minutes. Because at a certain point, like, you're some sort of reward system in your body's like, I need some sort of reaction, and that will fuel my, I don't know, however the rest of this is going. I know if I'm not doing well, I start speeding up very fast, where it's like, all right, get this over. And it's like, me speeding through it doesn't make time go faster. It just makes my material go faster.
Like, you just go out for 10 minutes, you realize you burned through 6 minutes. Like, shit!
2 minutes, 44 seconds.
There's still 4 minutes left.
Time for some crowd work. Sir, what do you do for a living? Yes, that is a naked fat this side. That is a naked fat man. That is Stavy, baby. It is Stavros Halkias. He is the most splendid of fat men, and he puts out a what would you call it? Boudoir, a suggestive calendar each year. I got it for my wife, but you know, she was like, "We will keep it in your office." So yes, Stavy. Good times, man.
She does make point with Sparkles. He changes into a new person when the Batman mask comes on. Check out old Batman. He's fantastic.
And there is nothing, you know, he doesn't take shortcuts, the old Batman. He has the old ways. He goes hard. But yeah, so I guess summing it up, what do you think of the Unwrapped, the Christmas crowd work special from Matt Rife there, Lapsed? If you were to rate it out of 10, what do you think you'd give it?
A 4. Because I still think, like, there were some things on there I was like, ha, but most of it I just didn't think was funny. I just didn't. And listen, when I say I don't think something's funny, that doesn't entail mean I can do something better than that, right? I'm just saying it just wasn't funny to me. So, you know, like, there's some guys I just don't get. Like I said about Robin Williams, like, his stand-up comedy, I just don't get it. Like, I don't know why it's funny to people. You know, like the first time I saw Bill Hicks, I thought it was the greatest thing I had ever heard. I just got it. You know, this for me, I just didn't. It felt like like what he said, how it was spontaneous. It just did not feel that way to me at all.
Can I ask
whatsoever.
you, when you first heard Bill Hicks, was he already a legend?
No, it was before he died. So
I just mean legendary status. Fair enough. I guess I heard about him after he was.
That's like it's the same thing with Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg was a middle, and then he died, and it was like people got his shit around.
I would say this. I don't know because I didn't have the internet back then to base that off of. I heard about it from the guy at the comic book store who gave me the tape.
He's a way bigger deal in the UK in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't know. Good.
I was gonna say I think I first learned about him from that clip that they have on Tool. He's at the.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember if it's the start or the end of one of the. But yeah, it was like, who is this guy? Like, I need to know more of this. Sorry.
High on drugs.
No, but like, so that I didn't know about, because when I asked other people about him, nobody that I knew who he was except Chuck, the guy at the fucking comic book store. Because I told you that I saw the Richard Jenny stand-up. That was like one of the first things I had ever seen whenever I saw a comedy. And when I was telling him,
dude deserve more too.
When I was telling Chuck about this, he was like, "Oh, I got some stuff for you. Can't wait to hear this, blah, blah, blah." And it was just a tape that he had recorded. And it was, I think it might have been Rant in E minor. I can't remember. It was one of the 4 that he put out, but it was the first one. It was around that time. So I was probably like, might have been 90, 91. So I was probably like 14, 15 years old.
We should definitely get into some Hicks a little bit later, but
that's way too good for this show.
Somebody else that we mentioned might come up next week. But Charles, we have diverted a little bit. What about you, sir? If you were to rate this special, how did it come across for you out of 10?
Out of a 10? Well, I can just go on my letterbox.
Out of 5 to go letterbox.
It's a 1.5 out of 5, so it's a 3 out of 10.
Ooh, a little bit harsher than last. All right.
Oh, like you can watch it with me. Like I promise you, I'm not doing any shenanigans. When I watched it, it's me watching it live. And at a certain point, I paused it and I was like, I don't want to say this because if he doesn't do these jokes this way, I'm going to sound racist. But towards the end, like the clip that I showed you, it was just so easy to tell where he was going, or at least be in the neighborhood of where he's going. And again, this is like thousands of hours of experience being around shortcut comedy where it's not as there's some magic shenanigans happening there where I think if someone tells you, "Ooh, isn't this impressive? I'm doing this thing that's impressive," you tend to believe it more because they're telling you that. I see past that. Like I know that he's got 2 quarters in both his pockets.
I can see that. So we got a 4 from Laps to 3 from Charles. I think I'll split the difference. I'd go 3-5. It's not the greatest thing. The more I think about it, Charles is right. It's a 3. So the first time I watched it, I was like, I mean,
I rated something the highest.
You did. Wow, are you generous, sir? And everyone thanks you for your generosity.
Why do you love it? Laughs, what's your affinity with this thing?
Laughs, what was it that just made you give it top rankings? No,
my favorite
so the
comedian
first time
and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. You have him just under Joe Rogan. I'm guessing above Dice. But yeah, so for me, I watched it the first time with my wife. We happened to be putting up like holiday decorations and stuff. I don't know why I said holiday. Christmas decorations. We technically don't have anything other than Christmas stuff up. So I don't know. We were like decorating the tree and stuff. It seemed okay, but having to watch it a second time. And then when this was like proposed to us, it was like, okay, well, are we watching it together? Because I am not watching it 2 times. If we're watching it together, I'm not watching it again on my own. But if I'm watching it on my own, I am not watching it with you guys because I am not watching this damn thing 3 times. And the second time was kind of excruciating, especially trying to kind of dissect, and then bringing the stopwatch and just seeing like, okay, so this much is prepared. So we've got 6 minutes of prepared material. Then all of a sudden we go into these very prepared. Okay, did somebody have a bad Christmas? Did somebody have a good Christmas? Somebody out there, come on. Somebody, oh, we got something over here. I don't know. It's a weird way to do crowd work. It doesn't feel like it's that traditional, like, hey, what do you do? Or anything coming up naturally. Like, somebody standing up. It's like, oh, that person's got to take a shit. Like, you can see that they're standing up. So clearly that's why they're doing that. They're not just walking out on my comedy right now. There's a lot of like kind of prepared and kind of hack crowd work. It feels like this is going a different way, but it's still hack to me in this really weird way. It seemed very odd. And then you get like almost halfway through. Well, actually, it's a third of the way through the 20-minute mark, where all of a sudden he brings in a prop and he's doing this act out with it. And he's talking about this gift that he gave his grandpa, and he brings it with him. And maybe it doesn't have his grandfather's ashes in there. Hard to say. But I don't know. Just it brings it to this level of just super unenjoyment. And then breaking down the rest of these bits, just, man, having watched at least 3 other crowd work specials this year alone, every one of them is like miles above this one to me, and so much more entertaining. So I don't know. This one's just a slog to get through.
I think the appeal is his social media attraction. The fact that he's a pretty young man who's giving material that is kind of haggard, for lack of a better term, and like he doesn't need to do jokes like that. He can, fucking be a model or whatever. And the surprise, ooh, I didn't expect him to joke about women and cum, and like that is like part of the ooh, I can't believe it. Granted, I've not seen his other 17 specials, but I'm up for learning to a certain point. At a certain point, if it walks like a duck.
I got to address these ridiculous claims. There is no way that I'd want to touch his rock hard chiseled body. No, how dare you, Miss Sparkles? No, he's a pretty man, but I'm not giving him credit for that. I've seen him be funny. I didn't find him funny in this. That's the sad part. I think he can be funny, and just, man, I didn't see it in this. I don't know why this was chosen, but fair enough.
Well, yeah, if he's doing it, he's doing some sort of stand-up like thing since what? That show was on like 15 years ago.
Wild 'N Out or whatever.
Yeah, so he's 30.
It was a little bit more recent that he's on there, but he's been doing it for a long ass time. Definitely before he was 21.
Yeah, so shouldn't he be better by now?
So again, you're watching his crowd work stuff. At some point, we'll revisit the Rife. His career is rife with other specials. I think his prepared material has potential to be funny, but I don't think he's quite hit his stride yet. Again, he fell into the crowd work stuff because you don't want to burn your actual A material. People don't seem to want to see the joke that they've just seen. So I don't know. It's
great.
You're right. It's become a thing though, that like almost every comedian, a lot of them that I do actually respect quite a bit. Joe List is one of them. Almost all of his clips that are out there are Joe List doing crowd work. He's not great at crowd work, but man, his bits are pretty amazing once he actually gets into it. I think just, you don't want to burn your actual material for a special.
See,
if you release it on your socials before you actually release it in the special, people seem to, look down on that somehow. This isn't new material.
I might be retired for good because I'm not doing stand up to be a social media star. The more and more I hear about what it takes to be a current day comedian, the less enthusiastic I am about any of this shit.
Well,
we can do a 2-man show.
Yeah. I should have brought that up. What about duos? Does that count? Oh, now we got more questions for next week. But yeah, I mean, that's why you get a social media team, and then perhaps they have access to the footage from your shows. they can clip certain things and then they'd have to run it by you. You know, is it okay if we do this joke? And then you'd be like, still something I'm working on, or that's going in the special.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that don't meet those criteria are like the crowd work. It is the little improv bits or whatever. And it's an advertisement for a show. But sorry, you were saying.
Another thing to add to the pile, as Jacob brought up, good looking guy says harsh shit has already been done by Jeselnik and he did it better. If we ever do like a...
This guy's got cheekbones. Jeselnik.
If we ever do a drama thing, I'd like to get into Jeselnik and I don't know. Apparently, again, the algorithms kind of fucking seduced me a bit.
A Skanks?
Apparently, Jeselnik and is it the Skanks that have this little? Rift?
Yeah. He kind of called them Nazi comedy, so there were some feelings hurt.
I'd
But
like
yeah,
to be
we could get
educated
into
on
that.
Nazi.
But yeah, it was brought up before that somebody was wondering if Stavi really is funny. I believe that was Jacob. Yeah, Stavi's naturally funny, but does he have any actual bits? Anytime I see clips of him as crowd work, again, it's that kind of standard in comedy right now where you don't want to kind of burn your material, where if you're doing kind of crowd work, you can use that as promotion for other shows. Like, hey, if you show up, this might happen at this future show. And then you've still got that material that you can still work together to make your next special. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm in the closet. Nice. It is comfortable in here. What can I say?
Gray is reacting to Miss Sparkle saying Gray is so far in the closet he's finding Christmas presents.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, if people didn't see that comment, they would just see me saying I'm in the closet. Thank you, Charles. I do appreciate giving the audience that context that I was talking about.
I have a handful of people that are like, I listen, and there's times where you say something and it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, we're reading something. That's why.
Yeah. What can I say? I have no problem saying that Matt Rife is an attractive man. He is, and he's got cheekbones. That's all I'm saying.
For days.
But yeah, fair enough. Again, everything's going to be subjective. If you like him, you like what he's doing, good for you. There is plenty more material that he has out there, and you can see more material like this on all of his social medias. And unfortunately, almost every comedian's social media at this point, crowdwork's become a big thing, kind of like MySpace was a thing. Like you kind of couldn't be a comic in the Dane Cook days without trying to have a social media presence. It just seems like it's getting way more into that lately.
So Jacob says Jeselnik shit on the Skanks in the Austin comedy scene based. Gray, where do you stand on Jeselnik?
I love me some Jeselnik. I've seen him live a couple different times. I really think Shakespeare, and then I'm forgetting what the one was before that, but he's got some amazing albums. I think he's had some really bad takes lately and kind of on the comedy world. I guess this would have been like 2 years ago, a year and a half-ish ago. I feel like he was treated very friendly and he kind of shat on those people. We'll go through it in a future episode, but if it's not his brand of comedy, fair enough. I dig the kind of comedy that he does. I like all of them. The Austin scene is great. Skanks are amazing. Jeselnik is the shit. I love all of them.
Adam also
again,
throws
Chuckle
in
Bunny.
Gray Poupée, quote, he has cheekbones, 2025.
I'm just saying, have you seen those cheekbones? They're glorious.
I have.
Sure.
And yet you don't like him? How can this be? Yeah, I don't know, man. He's a pretty face and he's kind of funny.
Did Jeselnik stop doing like the roast things when Tony Hinchcliffe started? It feels like they were never on the same Comedy Central roast together.
I think Tony wrote for one that he was still on, but yeah, Tony kind of came up after him, but I think they wrote on some at the same time, but Jeselnik kind of moved on to his own thing. He didn't want to be kind of pigeonholed into that, and that's definitely more where Tony is.
When I was still
to go,
when I was still doing it, Jeselnik was kind of like white hot for the Comedy Central roast stuff. So
for sure, he parlayed that into a great career where not necessarily everybody has done that, and it sucks. Around the same time, like Geraldo, I wish that dude had gotten more kind of public.
He just died. He was on his way up.
He did, but he was on like 5 or 6 roasts, man. He should have gotten way more of a pop. Just that dude was relentless, ruthless, and just amazing.
It's kind of like the same thing with Patrice. Patrice was getting like really big, but he just died.
Elephant in the Room would have been huge, man. It sucks. I wish he had again parlayed that a little bit. He would have been just a beast in podcasting.
Well,
there's a clip that I still walk where he breaks down why Radiohead's Creep means so much to white people, and my God, that clip is just so amazing. I could just imagine what he could do.
If it makes you feel any better, there are at least 6 specials by Matt Rife. So, comedy evens things out here.
So do guns.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up, the Matt Rife Christmas Unwrapped crowd work comedy special.
Woo.
I'm sure all those words were involved, but probably a different order. But yeah, cool. So next week, do we have plans, or are you guys cool with letting me kind of steer this ship for the next time?
Depends.
Okay. So we might be going back to Austin.
First of all, the chat can't decide anymore. I've decided that the chat can't decide anymore.
But Cody had a big push towards it. He was
did.
saying you got to check out Matt Rife, man.
And so knowing that Cody, because the one that I am familiar with that Cody suggested, I did enjoy that. So I don't know if Cody likes edgy humor. And if that's the case, I just need to pivot a little bit and find a direction to steer him in, because I'm pretty sure I can find better material in that scape. Or if he was just trying to shit on my head, congratulations, I have Dookie on my head. But I
we
think,
all have shit on our heads from this show. Good times.
Shit, I forgot I was gonna say something else, and I completely.
Sorry for derailing. I can't think that he was actually trying to get you to enjoy this. I'd have to think that it was you should check out that special type of deal. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can't see anyone really loving this so much that they would be like, you know what, you got to watch his Christmas crowd work special. This time it's unwrapped.
I don't know. He's a big, he's a big social media guy. So maybe like, I don't know if Matt Rife is like a big deal on TikTok. Like, I don't know, like if your idea of stand up on TikTok is like little Matt Rife clips, that.
I mean, the economics of babysitting money haven't been as big as they were in the 80s, so I don't know what to compare him to. So.
And yeah, Jacob's in the chat is saying Elephant is the top 10 special. Yeah, Elephant in the Room is just an amazing special. And then he further elaborates, Elephant is also an example of how to do crowd work well. I completely agree. And it felt like Patrice was literally off the top of his head. It doesn't feel like any of those were plants or anything like that. Just, man, I miss that dude. I wish we got to see more from that guy.
From personal experience, I can attest that Patrice was a sharp motherfucker. And I was in shows where there weren't cameras, where there weren't recording devices, where he was fucking aces. I don't know if that's, I'll take your crown from you, Gray, and I will white knight for Patrice. I literally, the dude called me flags, which was a reference to something that I brought up, and I felt flattered. I'm like, oh, he remembered a thing I said on stage. But he
awesome, man.
Was razor sharp, and never did it feel planned. And I was at moments where, like, he just, like, sometimes you have comedians that like play into something that's happening for the night. Like, someone with a stupid hat, like, kind of get referenced throughout the evening. But Patrice didn't go for those shortcuts.
Yeah, and he's like quite possibly the #1 all-time morning radio show guest.
Yes, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and
when
Anthony,
he even had his own, though. The Black Phillip Show, though, like, he was also a great host, man.
Yes, fantastic.
I love me some Patrice, man.
Patrice is, man, he's taken too soon.
Yeah,
too soon.
Right.
That would have been amazing to have any sort of nickname from him, self-appointed or not. Man,
dude,
the closest I've gotten is the skanks all like roasted me while I was there, so that was awesome. But I didn't have like a nickname or well, sort of. I guess they sort of. But yeah,
What was the nickname?
There's no Patrice one. Yeah, it did. It was kind of cool. It got immortalized, and yeah, it was hard to disagree with them. And then the audience really took it upon themselves in the comment section to keep going.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it was good times. But yeah, good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what I was thinking about next week, and if you say no to this, we're still doing it at some point, but it doesn't necessarily have to be next week. But
Cool. Torture.
so we talked about two different comedians, and they both kind of come up in a way. So we talked about Dane Cook a little bit earlier. He had this claim that another comedian was stealing his essence. So,
From
that
like Sperm Bank?
you would think so, but no, he was talking about essentially that like kind of loud way of talking and that kind of over energy thing. He said that somebody else was kind of doing an impression of him, stealing his essence without stealing his jokes, and that was just as bad as stealing a joke.
Okay.
So we all have beloved comedy icons, if you will, and there's some of them that you can't touch. However, there are certain people who try to touch them in a way and really try to do like an impression of them. I want to know, are you guys as offended as I am if a comedian kind of steals somebody else's persona?
I don't know, because I don't. What would be a good example? Like
Well, if you're game for it, I could show you next week. On Tuesday.
Well, I'm saying like from so I could compare it to.
So we happen to
'Cause I
talk
know
about
we
Mitch
have-
Hedberg today. What if somebody literally did a Mitch Hedberg impression? Would that
like for his whole act, that was his whole thing?
Yeah, that's his way of life now.
No, thank you.
Well, you say no, but I don't know. I think maybe we should dive into that a little bit next week.
And what's choice B?
Well, we could do the same thing, but for Andrew Dice Clay, which is a little bit different. Because he's kind of doing a persona himself, where I thought Mitch Hedberg was being genuine. I don't think that was an act. There's kind of two layers to this thing, or we could do something completely different. It is the end of the year. Maybe this is an off-air conversation. I don't know. But
Don't give the chat any ideas, because they got us in this mess.
Well, fair enough. But yeah, we got some options, and then I'll be working on that William Montgomery one in the background.
William Montgomery's Big Red Machine?
Yes. The Big Red Machine. The Kill Tony Closer.
I'm interested to see like 10 separate minutes from him. 10 separate minutes without the interview parts. Just him doing 10 minutes.
Okay. It'll be a 3-parter. I'll show you that, but then I'll also show you his non-correct crowd, the wrong crowd for his act, and then I'll show you a little bit of the interviews that make him a lovable crowd favorite.
So some of the deceptive material from Kill Tony is the interview portion, where you do a minute of stand-up and then they're chatting and BSing, and that feels a bit more. I don't know. It's open to everyone up there. That is less so one person, one microphone, more of a group think type thing. So
So Miss Sparkles asked a question. Gray, do you know the Dabbleverse? Can I ask, do you guys know the Dabbleverse at all? Were you Stern fans at all?
Yes, but
do you know his Whack Pack? Are you familiar with the Stuttering
yes.
John?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's this whole universe called the Dabbleverse that basically just fuck with that guy. It is weird and intense, and it goes layers. I am more acquainted with the Dabbleverse than I wish to be at this point, but I have not kept up on it. It just keeps showing up in my feed. But a lot of interesting people have been kind of pulled into this world. But yeah. I don't know the latest updates on it, but I'm familiar. I've dabbled in the Dabbleverse, if you will.
So there, Sparkles. He answered, yes, he's dabbled in the Dabbleverse.
Dabbling in
Yeah,
the Dabbleverse.
so that's something that I'd like to get into too. What Troy McClure is saying is not that he's a comic, but I had a friend of mine who spoke in Mitch's cadence for a good 2 to 3 months after I introduced him to that stuff.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that. Like, I don't know that it's quite echolalia. It's not like I need to say the exact same thing, but like, I don't know. For the longest time, like, just like, hey, I don't know, like Mark Norman would get like stuck in my head. And then when I hear anyone say comedy, it's like comedy. I don't know why, but like certain things definitely stick with me. Same thing with, man, there's so many of them, but like Gaffigan also, anytime I hear like Hot Pockets, like all of a sudden I hear Gaffigan's voice doing the like, you know, that high pitched, falsetto voice. What can I say? So I don't know. I'd want to know, do you think that that's wrong? Or I'm assuming every comedian kind of does that. I've seen so many people basically doing like an Attell impression or like a Brian Regan impression. It's strange. I don't know. Charles, as one who actually did comedy, do you look down on people if they're trying to find their voice, but maybe they're adopting somebody else's?
Not if they're acknowledging the fact that they're like borrowing or tributing.
Well, you don't think it's good to go up on stage as Hitch Medberg? No.
It's I mean, I've seen a lot of people that like reference things and it's like, dude, I know what you're doing. Like, we all have that album. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I think we could have a really fun episode on that. But that's kind of the essence of what I was kind of getting at with this. But
okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, is there anything else that we wanted to cover today? Or
might want to like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Like and subscribe and comment. Let us know what the fuck it is you are doing here at this moment in the future if you're watching this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance.
Yep.
Indeed.
Very much so.
Again, comedy is subjective. Tell us where we're subjectively wrong, or objectively, if you prefer that. But comment down below. Tell us where we're wrong.
Indeed.
Well, we all know where that's gonna go. Laughs, why do you like shitty comedians? Laughs, why can't you get a good list?
I mean, it is weird that you put Joe Rogan as number one. I mean,
have us watch this ridiculous Christmas set that you enjoyed way more than the rest of us.
All right, Lapsed.
So you have nothing to say. So that
what's Charles's famous line? Hit the button, Lapsed. I don't know. I can't remember.
All right, I'm hitting the button.
It's the night of nights, a time for laughter. We have the guys to fill a buster, even though one of them is a jar of mustard. Thank God it's Tuesday. We take a look at comedians, and Charles used to be one. We have a lot to say about comedy. Can you believe gray is a jar of mustard? And then there's Lapsed. What does he do? And why is here? Thank God it's Tuesday.